That music can only mean one thing. It's Brap. It's Wednesday night, and we are back live. And we got a great show in store for each and every one of you. I'm singing now because Forte was playing some R&B before we went live. I don't know why Forte was playing R&B, but he was. And so therefore we are live, but or that's why I'm singing it, not why we are live. So anyhow, want to give a big shout out to everyone on the live.
Yeah, what do you know what R&B that was, sir?
I don't know, but want to give everyone a live. Everyone
I'll
the
play
live
it again for you.
No, you don't have to do that. I want to give everyone a. Forte, can I first of all can I say hello to the great people that have joined us in the panel?
Hello, amazing people.
In the live chat.
Hello, amazing people.
Hello, yeah, hello. So big shout out to everyone on the live chat. Please retweet the link. I dropped it in the live chat. We got a poll going on right now. Not a stripper poll, but we got a poll going on right now. Is Halo Infinite Season 2 a disappointment? Please answer honestly and truthfully. Right now, it's yes. The yeses are ahead at 75%. The no's are not ahead at 25%.
You know, YouTube does give you options to put 4 in there, and trash should have been one of them.
I'm not going to put trash in there, sir. I'm not doing that. But
you could put 2022 trash.
I'm not doing that. So, but yeah, big shout out to everyone in the live chat. We're going to be doing a giveaway today, by the way. Tonight, I should say, not today, but tonight we'll be doing a giveaway. I'm going to give a digital gift card. It can be either PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, whatever your platform of choice is. Nintendo, if that's your platform of choice, just let me know. But I don't know. I got to think of some kind of trivia question. I'll figure it out at some point. But we'll be doing that towards the latter part of the show. And we also have the Ashen Luca joining us later on this evening when we get to Halo Infinite Season 2, which we're going to talk about as well. So want to introduce the panel. The panel here. We got Mr. R&B himself, Fairway Forte. Fairway Forte is back. I saw your lawn, dude. It's beautiful.
It's getting there, man. I was giddy. It rained on. I cut it on Tuesday. No, I cut it on Monday. It rained all day yesterday, and I looked at it when I picked my kid up. I was like, "Oh man, it's starting to look really good."
I looked at that and I was like, "What is that? Velvet? That's beautiful."
Man, you can run your fingers through it. Even the clippings look like they came from God's hand. Man, they look beautiful, man. Forte. Hey, man, that's Augusta lawn out there, man.
Yeah, Forte, you do have Augusta lawn, man. You got Bermuda grass. I see you, man.
Man, that grass looks so good. But yo, it's great to be here. Shout out to Dark Optimist for coming through, and shout out to the homeboy Slow-Mo Backslap who just joined us too. Going to be a great show. A lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about if Halo's going to be ready in 2024. That's kind of going to be a topic. But outside of that, man, just playing games and enjoying my time with you, young fellas.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of Optimus. We got Dark Optimus who's decided to join us after a long sabbatical of sorts. What's up, Optimus?
What's up, man? Happy to be here. My ears are bleeding from the glorious sound of Forte singing.
That was actually Yoshi. Wasn't me.
Glorious.
So glad Is this your split personality there, Forte?
Hey, listen. It's Slow-Mo. You missed it. I can sing it for you again.
No, don't do that.
No,
come on.
Do not do that, please.
Come on, man.
No one ever wants to hear you sing ever.
Come on.
You do not have that talent.
I don't have to have that. Listen, the talent is not about the talent.
You don't have.
It is about the talent. You don't.
It is about the talent.
It's about
you don't have the talent
out
for
there
that,
and making the community laugh because it's funny, and that's what we do here.
That takes talent.
You know what? Shout out to the.
That also takes talent.
First of all,
you don't have that part either.
Well, I definitely have the talent. And I wouldn't be part of the DPS podcast if I didn't have the talent to do it with you, Slow-Mo. You wouldn't even have me on the show if that wasn't the case. So,
I think he's saying that you wouldn't even have a show with him at all.
I wouldn't. Well, I need Slow-Mo. Slow-Mo's is 70% of the podcast. You didn't know that?
I thought he was more like 90, but
he could be 90 if he wants to take 90% of the credit. He can definitely do that too.
Okay, all right, 90% of the credit.
But guess what? Shout out to all the 10%ers in the chat. You know, we love you guys.
The 10%ers.
No, shout out to the 10%ers, the people that aren't followers. You know, that's what DPS podcast is all about. The people don't follow other people's opinions and they make their own minds up. Those are the
I
10%.
have to say
Jam.
that show is really good though. If you guys haven't checked it out,
Jam.
definitely watch it.
Show
No,
is
I appreciate that, man.
Show
You
is
make me,
poo.
you make me blood. Slummo does an amazing job hosting the show.
He
every week.
does.
He does.
And
yes.
and that overlay dude is fucking fire.
That overlay is very sexy.
Listen, man, that man's talented in so many ways. I wish I had his
Okay.
I wish I had his artism.
His articism. That's a new word. Look,
That is a new word.
his articism. I wish I could.
Words up tonight.
I wish I could homogenize his
But
articism.
shout out to Forte for making our intro for the majority
Yes,
of
Forte,
the intro.
yes.
He put it together. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, real quick, I want to get through the rest of the panel interest real quick. I want you to introduce somebody who. Let me tell you about this guy real quick. Let me tell you about him real quick. This gentleman is one. He's a natural Souls player, right? Plays that shit blindfolded. Never played a Souls game in his life. Second of all, if you see him, if you see his name while you're playing a first-person shooter, I'm going to give you a little piece of advice. Run. Go the other way. Run. Just go the opposite direction. All right? We got the Halo King himself here, Slow-Mo Backstab. What's up, Slow-Mo? Slow-Mo.
Damn, he just ruined it. He ruined your intro.
He
bro.
did. Slow-Mo just killed my intro, man. I put all that effort in it. See that, Forte?
I know. If it was me, I would have said, "Oh my God, thank you, Enrique. Thank you for acknowledging me as a great FPS shooter and how people fear and quiver when I turn a corner and they see my gun up facing towards their head." I would have said some crazy stuff like that.
I don't know what
Slow-Mo,
happened.
you're welcome.
Yes, Slow-Mo. All right, I don't know what happened to Slow-Mo. I don't know. Last but not least, we got.
Emergency.
He had an emergency. Is that what he said?
No, he did. I'm just making some shit up.
Oh, okay. He had an emergency. He had to go poo.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
All right.
Oh,
We got. Last but not least, we got my man Eric Jackson, the voice of reason, on the Twitters, who had me cackling this afternoon with that
Yo.
Martin meme.
the voice
or
of
GIF.
he's the voice of common sense.
It's the voice of common sense.
Forte.
That's what he is, man. Because we got to upgrade your status, man. Because when you speak, I listen. Because these people out here, I swear, you know how to diffuse a conversation real quick with just your subtle words that you put into a conversation. It's a talent.
Forte,
and
let
I
the man
love
talk.
it.
Yo.
Let the man speak.
Oh, there
Forte.
it is. What
Hi,
is going on with
Slow-Mo.
my mic? I don't understand what's happening with my mic. It keeps cutting out. Look, the second time already.
All right, we'll get back to you, Slow-Mo. We're introducing Eric right now, man.
All right, go ahead.
Forte was in the zone, man. He was doing it.
I
justice.
know.
You haven't. We've missed you, man. You've been here 2 weeks, man. We want to hear you talk,
Oh,
sir.
it's been longer than
And
that,
that's why
man.
we was
Has
giving
been
him
longer than that?
flowers because he ain't been here in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Forte.
You got to
Yo,
embellish that
man,
man's
Forte.
intro
Oh, my
when
God,
he ain't
Forte.
been here in 2 weeks.
I'm putting on my boots
Forte
right
said,
now.
Num did a.
There you go. There you go. Sounding like Rose out here.
Oh my goodness.
My man. Yo, glad to be back, man. It's been more than 2 weeks, man. I haven't been in almost a month, bro.
Has it been a month?
Just about like 3 weeks. Little.
Oh
I think
shit!
nice
Yeah,
week,
man.
last week.
Nice.
Actually, no. You know what? It wasn't. It was you were sick that 1 week. And
Oh
I missed
yeah,
the
I was
last
sick.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you had the whooping cough. Yes,
I had something.
Whooping cough. Is this the Oregon Trail?
I said the Oregon Trail. Wow. That's
That's
actually pretty fucking funny.
Enrique has died from hysteria.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that was
pleurisy.
perfect.
Yeah, pleurisy, right?
Wow.
That's
Black
pretty funny.
lung. Oh, no, it's all good. Hey, glad to be here. Dark Autumn is in the house. What's going on, bud?
What's up, man?
Just chilling. I'm about to hit you guys with all my hot multiplayer Halo takes because I'm like a beast in Halo.
I did hear you were.
Well,
you
I
were
mean,
a beast
you-
in Halo. I heard you all Halo King, all that stuff that Enrique was talking about. That was all about you, man.
Well,
I don't
that's
know
you, Slow-Mo. You're the Halo King.
I gotta stop doing that.
I think I said that when
man.
we were playing last night. I think you got like a demo kill. I was like, Halo King. I said, Slow-Mo's got his own animations in Halo.
Destroyer of worlds.
Destroyer of yeah. Or hey,
I
remember,
like what you said. Like, see Slow-Mo come go the other way, man. Don't take him on. Don't take him on.
Yeah, you just run the other direction, man. What's up, Slow-Mo? Did you hear my introduction, Slow-Mo?
I did hear it, and I was like, I don't know who he's talking about. I kept saying that as you were saying it. I was like, who's he talking about? This is interesting. This person must sound amazing. And I was like, I had no idea who you were talking about. It played well with what you were saying, but like apparently my mic cut out and no one heard a damn thing. So it is what it is.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man.
But I appreciate the intro, even though it's like 95% false. But it was very entertaining. I appreciate it, bro.
No, man, absolutely. You know, I had to do it because we were playing. We're not going to get into Halo just yet, but we were playing last night. So I think I referred to as Halo King, and as I was hearing my remember that? I think you heard it, right?
Yeah, I heard it one time, like a couple times. The whole howling wolf thing. I'm like, where's that coming from? I don't get it. Like what is the howling wolf thing going on? Like it happens either. I can't tell when if it's like
when you kill
someone.
When you kill someone, yeah.
Yeah, like is it like you know how like you can turn on like a certain kind of graphic when you kill, like when I kill someone, a flaming skull appears over their body.
Yeah.
Like is that it? Like, did you?
No. Mine's like the green body of like Chief or something, like disintegrating or something. And then I have like maybe that's what it is, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Maybe I wasn't hearing it because like my game volume was really low.
Okay,
but it's just
because I remember I was like, oh, why am I hearing wolves? And you're like, what? And then you're like, oh, I heard it. So.
Yeah, it went, but it was very faint. I was like, is that a wolf? Like, what? I do you remember? I was like, why did they put that in the game? Like, why would you put that in the game? Like, just random wolf sounds, wolf howls. Just like,
I mean, they got to put something in the game because clearly they can't put enough maps. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
we're getting into that later on.
Making a map, right?
There we go.
I feel like Denzel at Training Day. Are you a wolf, Hoy? Remember that? Anyhow, all right. God, what was I going to talk about? I don't want to get to the big news, acquisition news, but there was something else I wanted to talk about. I forgot now because we're talking about the damn wolves. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank here? I'm getting old. That's the problem. I'm getting really old. Really old. Hold on a second here.
So the topic isn't Halo?
No, we're not going to get a Halo right now. We're not going to get into the other acquisition topic. There was something else I wanted to talk about that, oh my God, hold on. Now I got to try to find this. Hold on. I didn't put it up in the thing because I would have ran out of space on that title. Hold on. What the?
While Enrique's doing that.
Oh, yes, the Bethesda Showcase. Thank you. I'm sorry.
There we
The
go.
Xbox Bethesda Showcase.
Let's deal with some of this dead air. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. When you get to my age, you tend to forget shit, you know? So that's unfortunately what happened. By the way, we got this poll going on, everyone. You know, we got 34 votes. We got 56 people watching. So come on, everyone vote. Right now, the yeses are at 76%. The no's are at 24%. Someone said this is an easy poll in the live chat. Anyhow. All right. So we got some news. Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase. Will probably be like 90 minutes long. That's roughly, Idle Sloth 84 on Twitter pointed this out, but he actually retweeted the show. So appreciate that, sir.
How long?
About 90 minutes or so. I think Aaron.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, hour.
I mean, wasn't that the length of the pause of the last show, or was it the last one?
Do you like long conferences?
I do not like long conferences. They're painful.
Is it because they're
painful to
long?
watch? To watch, yeah.
I think the showcase is on June 12th, right? If I'm not mistaken, June 12th.
Yes, the 12th, which is, I mean, technically, it's literally the same day as it was last year.
Okay.
And it would have been the same exact day if E3 was going on, which is like kind of like what we talked about before about how like they're continuing on with as if E3 was going to exist, regardless.
Yeah.
Like that's always been their deal, whether E3 happens or not. This is the reason why last year they were the only company that had like a actual real conference that seemed to actually be fully planned out and actually good. Because they were planning to do that conference whether E3 existed or not, and it just seems like all of the big three platforms have made their decision on what they're going to do, whether they're going to be involved with E3 or involved in showing content at that time period of E3 or not. And Microsoft's the only one that seems to actually going to keep that week. So here's the theory, my theory, right? Why don't they just, since they're acquiring everybody, right, turn that week into like Xbox week or something, where you move BlizzCon to that week. You put everything that all your publishers are doing at that week. Maybe split Bethesda out and have Bethesda go on Monday. And then BlizzCon is on, Activision is on Tuesday. Kind of make it like a thing, an event, and then have like whatever FanFest thing on Wednesday or something. I don't know. Like, I mean, they buying everybody, so why not, right?
He said they're buying everyone. Thing. Who's buying
your
everyone?
Own E3. But you own everything, you know.
I mean, they do have a venue, right? They own the Microsoft. There's a Microsoft Theater in Hollywood, right?
Right. It's right across the street from where E3 used to be. So yeah, just do their own thing.
Yeah, I guess they could do that. Yeah, that's a great point. Let me ask you something, gentlemen. Like, what are you guys excited to see? I mean, you know, as we know, we're gonna get the annual Phil Spencer. This is our biggest and best show ever stuff. We'll get that as we do every year.
Excited to see anything.
You're not excited to see anything, E?
I said I'm excited to see anything. Whatever they got, show me. At this point,
don't say that, E, because they literally will get.
So E, what do you want to see, man? What do you want to see, sir?
Let me reframe. Let me.
Because they'll give you anything.
I know they will give me anything.
I will give you a graphic in an announcement.
A JPEG. Here's a JPEG.
JPEG coming soon.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. You know, everybody will say like, you want to see the heat. Like, we need to see this roadmap. What's coming? What do you really have? Let's see the gameplay. No CGIs. Unless it's something that's a little ways out, then go ahead and drop the CGI. You know, you can do that, whatever. But whatever you got coming we're at a point we need to see that gameplay.
What's your thought about teaser trailers, E? Like, what is your opinion on that? Are you pro teaser trailer or anti teaser trailer?
I'm okay. I'm okay with the teaser trailer for a game that's probably going to be like another year or two out. Like, it's in pre-production or whatever, and you can say, okay, this is coming. You know, put that on your calendar, type of thing, right? But if your game is due to be like to drop, or is supposed to be like around the corner or recent or soon, and you're still showing like teaser trailers or CGI trailers and stuff like that, nah, that's no bueno. That's no bueno. You know, that's my thought on it.
So like, you were fine with the Perfect Dark teaser trailer because that was like clearly not coming out anytime soon, especially based after all the information that we got about the initiative. Now we know that's not coming anytime soon. We were fine with a teaser trailer for that.
Honestly, yeah, I was okay with that. But then what happened over like about a month and a half? No, about 2 months ago or so. I'm like, damn, y'all showed that, and it's like now you don't even know when this is coming.
Yeah.
You know, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like, if you show that, but then it's like, okay, now going into 2022, now we're going to have some gameplay to show you. But you showed that, and then it's like, but it sounds like you're not going to have anything to show for a while.
Yeah, here's my opinion, and maybe I'm a little like different with this. I'm fine. I'm at the point now where I'm only fine with teaser trailers if it's a like surprise game. For example, when Sony did a teaser trailer on their show last year for Knights of the Old Republic remake, like that was a shock for a lot of people. Because it was. I mean, I already knew the game was coming, but it was rumored, so a lot of people didn't quite believe it. But
right.
It was a shock that Sony had it as a timed exclusive and not an Xbox. So like, I was fine with that because that was like a big moment. But teaser trailer for like Spider-Man 2, like I know Spider-Man 2 is coming. I don't care for a teaser trailer for that.
Exactly.
Show me like an actual substantial trailer with real gameplay. Wolverine, it was mentioned in the chat. Wolverine, no one knew a Wolverine game would ever be in existence. So that's like a great shocker there. With Fable, Fable had been rumored, and we had known Fable existed for so long. It was like doing a teaser trailer for a game that we already know exists, and we know who's making it. We know all these like little details of. I'm like, no, I can save that, man. Just show us an actual game with gameplay at this point, because we know the game exists to the point where you don't even need to make an announcement off of it, you know.
Yeah, so that falls in line with Perfect Dark then as well. Like if you're kind of putting that logic out there, it kind of falls in line with that too, right?
Yeah, right.
Because we rumored forever. It's been missing. Yeah. So, and it's sort of like shout out to Kratopsky. He kind of said it too. Like, you know, first time, okay, that's cool, whatever. But when you're coming back again and you're still showing a CGI trailer, you got to get out of here with that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm always about the CGI trailer the first time you show a game. I don't care if we saw it, if we knew that, like, I mean, because we're putting ourselves in like a very small minority of people that actually pay attention to this stuff. And there's a mass majority of people that haven't knew anything about something like Perfect Dark or something like Fable, and they probably genuinely were surprised by seeing that they were actually bringing something like that back. As long as it's not the second time, like if it's your first time showing it, yeah, CGI trailer, like the Outer Worlds trailer, pretty good, like that. Didn't show any substance or anything, but it was basically just announcing another version of the game. I'm good with them doing that, but if you're going to show me a CGI trailer of like Hellblade, like they say it's gameplay, but we don't really know. I mean,
it's gameplay. Look,
I think it's game.
That's not gameplay. They're gonna get creamed for that.
Well, no, I think it was gameplay too, but you know, like to an extent, like you were talking about, you know, it's not a game that we've seen yet. Like, you know, I always compare it, like when we compared it to like the Halo gameplay. We knew what Halo looked like. We knew what that game looks like. So when we saw it and they showed like that little sizzle reel trailer of a floating camera with everything around them, it was easy to say that the game's going to look like that. It's going to look like this, but it's just not going to be from this perspective. We don't know what Hellblade is going to look like. We don't know what it's going to play like. We don't know what the combat's going to be like in that game. So I want to see actual playable gameplay to like suffice my attitude on what I feel about this game. And I think it's like that for a lot of other people. You know, for Contraband, when they finally do show that, we already know it's a thing. All right, don't just show us a trailer of what the game's going to be. Actually show us what the game's going to look like and stuff like that. I think you kind of forfeit the ability to just show off just like visuals and not, you know, a particular stylistic way of playing the game when it comes to the gameplay once you already showed it once.
Right. And then also what they need to cut out when it comes to teaser trailers is having a teaser trailer that looks nothing like the game. Like, because you're setting yourself up, and you're also setting the fans up for disappointment. Because if I see a teaser trailer, let's say I don't know anything about the franchise, right? And I see a teaser trailer and it looks, and you wouldn't like brought in Blur Studios to make you this amazing trailer that looks like almost photorealistic. It's got all this like crazy action and it looks amazing. And I'm like, damn, all right, I'm gonna check that out. That game looks hype. Can't wait to play that. And then I play your game and it's an isometric RPG. I'm upset because it's like you misrepresented what the game was. And I kind of feel like part of the issues that State of Decay 3 had, look, we've seen this happen multiple times, not just State of Decay 3, it also happened with Halo Infinite, where you had these Blur Studio trailers, and then you have the developers who are tasked with trying to make a game that actually visually looks close to what the trailer that they contracted looks like. And that's very difficult and a lot of pressure on a developer to try to live up to that kind of expectation when their actual assets might not be there, you know, to actually get that done. And so it's just, I think it's a mistake to always do that. Like if you're gonna have a teaser trailer, at least have it be something in engine or something that looks close to the visual level quality that your game is going to be. And if that's not all that, if their response to that is, well, that's not all that appealing to the gaming audience, then why are you making the game? Hello?
Right.
We still here?
Oh no, I thought you were talking. Dude, I was just listening. No, okay. There was some great points, man. That's why I was just like listening.
Yeah, you have some good points there, Shlomo.
But But
no, not but at all. They were actually good points. I feel like for me personally, I'm just wanting to see stuff from Microsoft that I want to play. I don't want to. I know what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna spend like 30, maybe 20 to 30 minutes on indies. I know that for sure because
indies.
that's just how they are. Which isn't a bad thing. It's just I don't I don't really feel like that type of E3 type of experience is for indies. I think that's more for like their little, inside Xbox kind of shows, that they do or whatever. Um, I think they can just they can do that like during like the week, of E3 or whatever. They don't have to do that at the actual showcase. Um, I just I think that they need to really focus on. I mean, we're gonna see Starfield. Everybody knows we're gonna see Starfield.
Right.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're gonna see that for sure. Um, I'm wanting to see. I mean, if anything, if there's like one game that I want to see from them, it would have to be Fable, um, because that was one of my favorite Xbox franchises that was kind of lost in on the 360.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something I think the showcase needs to definitely show more bigger AAA type of games. Maybe not even maybe not exclusive, but like at least kind of show stuff that get people interested in the console. But of course, people are always gonna go against me on that one because they're like, well, Xbox has been doing great. Xbox is doing. I'm like, yeah, for you, but for some of us, they haven't been doing great. They haven't been doing things that we want them and we know them to be able to do. So it's just kind of like we're at this point of like, are they gonna show off anything that's appealing to us? Um, which I hope they do, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
But I do, to their credit, they do have, they've been acquiring studios. They're trying to get like actual exclusive stuff that they made themselves up and running. And then when you have something like Game Pass, you kind of want to make sure that like you're not only catering to a certain demographic. Like you want to make sure you have a well fleshed out portfolio where you're touching in every genre, especially when you got like 30 plus studios now. Like you want to make sure that you're like well fleshed out.
Yeah, you
That's it.
definitely want to touch on every genre, like you're saying there. Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely want to do that. That's like you got 30 studios, you better be touching on everything. Even a JRPG, like even if you don't have a Japanese studio, make something that's similar to a JRPG that's maybe a Western type of, RPG
Yeah.
or something like that.
I really kind of feel like instead of them trying to acquire a Japanese studio, it may be just better to just take the Japanese studio that they already got through acquiring ZeniMax Media,
Mhm.
take Tango Gameworks and expand Tango Gameworks into like another arm of like what you're doing just in Japan. Like have them like expand them out. Like of course they still make their kind of games, but then like maybe have them branch out, make a second team or a second studio under them, like Tango Gameworks 2 or whatever. Call it whatever you want to call it, but then
Right.
have it do something like make Japanese RPGs. That would be easier for them to do than to try to convince a Japanese developer to let them acquire them.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, I think it's kind of set in stone that like that people that the Japanese companies are like not really, they're not really looking to be acquired as much, and I think they're at that. I mean, of course, Microsoft is doing the best that they can to get JRPGs and Japanese types of games on their system, and they've been actually doing a pretty good job at it. I mean, I've seen games that I would have never seen back in the 360 era. I mean, I was even surprised back in the 360 era that we got Tales of Vesperia,
Mm-hmm.
and that was actually a I think that was an exclusive at a point there for Xbox. I think it was only timed, but yeah. So I mean, they definitely need to continue that relationship with Japan and bring those games from that country over here.
Do you think they're gonna have like more gameplay at this conference than like teaser trailer or just announcements of
I
games?
hope they have more gameplay, man. To be honest, I think if they have more gameplay, I think a lot more people will be like, okay, Xbox is not playing around. Like I mean, there are people out there that think Xbox isn't playing around, but I think you'll definitely grab a lot more people that are like on the fence, that are
Hmm.
like, oh, I want to. I want to play that game. When they see the gameplay of the game, they're like, "Oh shit!" Like that makes me want to get an Xbox. Um, because there are those people, but there are also going to be a lot of those people that are going to be like, nope, I'm not ever going to get an Xbox. I'm never going to do it. Whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think they would ever be able to convince those people otherwise anyway.
Right, exactly. So
And vice
that's
versa. That's just you just have people that's just how they are. That's how they're gonna be,
exactly.
and it is what it is. But yeah,
But
yeah.
luckily, there's PC too. Like you could definitely get a PC, and not even have to be a part of the really the Xbox ecosystem, even though it is technically. I mean, it's Windows. I mean, it's Microsoft. It's part of that ecosystem, anyways. But um, if it makes you feel better, you can get a PC. You don't have to get an Xbox. No one's forcing you.
Yeah.
I also kind of feel like with their now having an actual presence in mobile with King as a part of that acquisition, like of course we wouldn't see that this year because the deal isn't finalized yet, but next year it should be
Mhm.
finalized by next year. I hope that they don't do what EA did because EA was always trying to like shove mobile stuff into their E3 shows, and it was just sorry, wrong crowd.
Yeah,
Nobody
Ubisoft
watching
did that too.
E3. Say what?
Ubisoft did that too.
Yes, yeah, as well, and it always came off poorly, and people always down like really like had a negative feeling about the show whenever that would happen, and then it would kind of that negative feeling would just continue on. Like nobody who engages in consistently playing mobile games the way that the kind of demographic they're looking for looks at E3. None of those people, those aren't the kind of the demographic that we are. They don't look forward to eat. They don't even know where it is. They don't know what your conferences are. They don't know that you showcase your games. They don't know any of that stuff. They go through their phone and they see a game that looks interesting, or they hear about a game from a big IP that came out on mobile, and they try it and then they get hooked to it. They do not care about anything that you're doing at a show. So you showing that kind of stuff only like it resonates with 0% of your actual live audience that's watching it. So it's just like don't do things that clearly aren't going to be something that like people care for, especially in that like at that instance.
Yes. Well, to piggyback on that, I mean, you're definitely absolutely 100% correct that people do not, except for us hardcore. Yes, we
Mhm.
watch those shows, but anybody who's playing on mobile, or even like more casual type of gamers, they don't know what E3 is. They either know what it is, but they don't watch it. They're not
Right,
like, oh,
right.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch it. They're more like, we're just gonna, I think maybe why they do that, why they show those mobile games, is so we can tell the people that are in our lives, like who play mobile games, that, oh, there's this mobile game that you should try out, that we I took a look at this conference or whatever. And they're probably like, they're probably trying to get us to get people into those games,
Yeah.
which a lot of
We're,
times
do,
doesn't
we're
work.
doing a bad job of if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, because we're like, we don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
like, we're like, whatever. And
Yeah, I'm not
everybody else.
telling my grandma about the game they showed at E3. I'm gonna tell my friends I wish they
like-
would stop showing mobile games at E3.
You could be like, baby, what are you talking about?
Like, take that to your TikToks.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think for me, like, I just want to see, obviously, we want to see Starfield, like and we're probably going to see Starfield, I would imagine, like gameplay of Starfield.
Dude, if you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
show
that's definitely
Starfield
gonna
at the
happen.
Bethesda showcase, then that's a problem. So it's got to be there.
Nope.
It
Yeah,
definitely has
it's
to
gonna
be
be
there. Yeah,
Especially
but
if it's coming out this year. Oh,
It
God,
is.
dude. They don't show
November,
it.
yeah. No, they got to
Stranger
show it.
Things have happened, but I would be really surprised if like Starfield wasn't there.
Yeah, Stranger Things have it for sure. But I want to, like, I also want to see, look, I always say this, like, Microsoft touted this Xbox Series X eats monsters, 12 teraflops of power, all this other shit. I want to see games that melt my face off, that are like,
Does your
boom.
PC eat monsters too?
My PC eats everything.
Oh, no save games are available on your PC.
I know, but I want to see something on the Series X, dude. I want to see.
Wait,
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish because I also want to see how it looks on the OLED. Right? The OLED display looks better than the PC display. I mean, I'll say that.
You can hook your PC up to your OLED right now.
I can. No, I can. But
Okay.
I spent
Continue.
I spent $500 on this box that I want to be able to use, and I also want to see.
You getting $500 of power? Go ahead.
Yes. Oh, don't do that, Slow-Mo. Don't do that. You know what's gonna happen, Slow-Mo? We're gonna get comments later
I
on.
am telling you the truth. You're getting, look, I don't know why
Dang.
y'all fall for the marketing.
Man,
You're not getting like the I eat monsters for breakfast and then I eat the monsters' children for as an appetite. No, that machine ain't doing that.
I love.
Not the Xbox, not the PS5, and the PS6 ain't gonna do it either. The Xbox Series V ain't gonna do it either. Whatever these consoles come out with,
my favorite expert YouTuber told me otherwise.
Yeah. That guy also thinks that AMD to be stopped.
Oh no! Don't do that! Don't do that! You know what? You know what's funny? If I've had developers talk.
Man.
Yeah, we had a developer actually talk about what you're talking about, Slow-Mo, and kind of laughed about that. So
yeah, like these your favorite YouTuber who's pushing that kind of stuff is he's got an agenda to do it, and his agenda is that you fall for it.
Right.
So
and
that's
cashes
why
them checks. I ain't mad at the
Remember
hustle.
to like, sub, and subscribe.
Listen, man, I'm
More
not.
bullshit.
Listen, I'm not saying that we don't want to see better visuals and we don't want to see our eyeballs melt, but we got to make you.
Wait, let me finish my point for you. No. Let me.
That dude, if you ain't seen it happen on if it's not happening on your PC, it definitely ain't gonna happen on no console.
Let me finish real quick. No, but it's happened. But it's happened on.
Still say the most powerful console.
Yes, they do. But it's still. But look, it's happened on It's happened on console already this generation. On the PlayStation 5, there's a couple games I play where I'm like, oh shit, okay.
But
that's talent though. That's
talent.
That's the level.
The box.
Exactly. If that same talent put that game on PC, it'll be like the way we look at Horizon Zero Dawn on PC.
Okay, but look,
Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation.
But here's the other thing. The other thing that I want to see too is I do want to see some other games that are of interest to me, and I don't know what that. I mean, I'd like to see some games that are coming to Game Pass that I'd be interested in, because I haven't used Game Pass since November of last year.
You used it for Halo Infinite last night.
That's free.
He still used it.
Yeah, the multiplayer.
No, I use it on Steam.
Oh, you're right.
Enrique. How does the old saying go, Enrique?
It's free.
Problem.
That's a you problem.
Yeah,
Do you just take a mooch analogy, man? Dang.
No, but seriously, Halo Infinite multiplayer is free. You don't need Xbox Game Pass. I played on Steam.
That is also true.
I played on Steam, so I haven't used Game Pass since November of last year when the campaign for Halo Infinite came out.
And why is that?
There just
isn't
anything
got no
there.
games.
No
games come out since last year.
Slow-Mo, there are games in Game Pass. They're just not games that interest me.
Or they're games you already played.
Or games that I already played, I'm also not one to wait for a game in hopes that it's gonna come to Game Pass.
I don't wait.
If there's something,
it is May. We are the 5th month of this year, and Xbox first party has not released a single title.
Wait a
No,
minute,
not
hold on.
well. No, I mean not till November they will, and it's look. I mean, this is.
Yeah,
But
you know what I'm saying, to this point, they haven't released a single title. That's not look. They got come correct.
well, they will.
If
They
I
will
rem-
eventually.
If I remember
gotta wait.
correctly, we said the same thing about Sony last year not releasing a game the whole second half of the year going into they release games at the beginning of this year.
And they
So-
deserved it, yeah.
No. It ain't got nothing to do with no deserving. One platform doesn't release something, we got to talk about the other one too. We can't be making this.
Whoa!
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
A drought is a drought. A drought is a drought, bro. A drought is a drought.
Forte. Not all droughts are equal, sir.
I'm not talking about. We're not talking about the quality of the games.
No.
We're just talking about
I'm saying
drought.
the length of droughts are not all equal. Like
Yes, they are. Does time change, move slower just because?
Forte,
they're not
Forte,
really
what
that
do we-
equal,
what-
'cause, I mean,
Forte.
at least with PlayStation,
Does-
we actually got stuff.
Forte,
No,
we
no, I
Forte.
haven't gotten
Wait,
anything
Forte.
So we didn't just get Forza at the end of last year. We didn't get Halo at the end of last year. We
That
didn't
was
get
at the end of last year, though. I'm
And
talking.
when did we
Forte.
get? And when did we get? Wait. And when did
dude.
we get Ratchet? When did we get Ratchet and Clank? When did
We
we
got-
get that?
we got
That was
the
last year.
That was the last game that released first party wise from PlayStation.
I'm talking
during
about
last
this year.
No. I'm talking about the drought in between. There was still a
But
drought.
Forte,
between,
they have their cadence has
No.
been has been more consistent though.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just
You got
saying
no
a drought
Forte.
is a
You
drought.
got no it. Forte.
A
There's
drought
no
is a
drought.
drought.
There you
It
got
is
no
a
drought. You got no drought. No drought. No
Listen,
drought.
When did that game come out? Was
No
it July
drought.
of
No
2021?
drought. No
When did
drought.
Horizon come out? February? What's that? That sounds like a drought.
But Forte, I do
You
think
also
though.
had Gran Turismo,
I think
you
you-
had freaking Ghostwire
This year,
Tokyo.
we're talking about this year.
But
This
Forte,
Yeah,
year.
this year. Yeah, this
But
year.
Forte,
No, no, no.
Forte,
It
Those
Forte,
came out this
Forte,
year.
We were saying,
Forte.
we were saying the same exact thing last year when it came to PlayStation. PlayStation ain't got no
Forte.
games coming
But
out. Where the
but
games
Forte,
at?
we
No, no, no,
also.
no.
But we
So
also
it's the
knew
same
they were.
thing.
No, it's not the same thing because we also
It
knew
is
that
the same
it's
thing.
not the same
We're
thing because we also
complaining-
knew we also
I just
knew
wanna get off this
we also
merry-go-round
knew-
of complaining about droughts.
we also had a
merry-go-round.
better roadmap too though.
Oh my
We
God.
knew what was coming out. We didn't know what was coming out.
I'm
We-
not disagreeing.
Forte,
I'm
wait,
just talking about
are you
the drought.
telling me
I'm
we
just
didn't
talking
see? Were you telling me
I'm
that
just
we didn't see the
talking-
glass of water in front of us? We didn't
I'm
see
just
the
talking
water
about
coming down the
drought.
river.
Listen, all I'm saying is, can we please stop talking about droughts when all of these platforms all have droughts? That's all I'm saying. I'm not
no one's
disagreeing
disagreeing with
you
that.
at all. That's all I'm saying. Can we stop talking about droughts? Droughts happen everywhere. Nintendo's on a free. Well, they're not on the drought right now because
Yeah,
they
they
release
are.
games.
Nintendo's on a real drought.
Well, it depends on who you are. If you don't play their games, they're definitely on a drought. But I'm just saying, from a first party perspective, all of these systems had 5 to 6 to 7 month droughts over the course of the last 15 months.
neutral.
No difference. No difference. No difference.
Wish I had that. Wish I had that thing that.
I don't agree with that, Forte, but I mean, I see
That's
where
because
you're
you're.
coming
That's
from.
because you're looking at this year. I'm talking if
Exactly.
that's what I agree with you. As of what?
But
this
we
is
were
the thing.
we were actually
What
talking about
have
this
you
year
done-
though.
No, I'm talking about in general though.
But we were
because
talking
you-
about this year.
No, because you brought up Xbox in the whole pantheon of, and I'm like, wait, hold on, because Xbox literally just came out of not being in a drought, but now since they're 6 months removed from their being in a drought, now we want to make it seem like PlayStation then gave us games for the last ever since the system came out, which is not the case.
They pretty much have though.
We literally
They
went
pretty much
7
have.
months
Slumber.
without
Yeah,
a drought.
We
Forte,
didn't
they pretty
even
much have.
mention PlayStation. You're the one who
No,
brought up
he
PlayStation.
mentioned it. He mentioned it. He talked about PlayStation. Go back and rewind the tape.
No, actually,
I
no,
did talk about PlayStation.
you did. Yeah.
Yes,
But no.
PlayStation came up. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let me real quick. Let me get some super chats real quick. Let me get some super chats here.
Good God.
We got game. I'm a neutral. I wish I had that.
Never mind.
Yeah, we got.
You just ask Persona if you.
Yeah, we got a super chat from Game Over Brian with the $5 super chat. Thank you for that. Thank you for that super chat, Game Over Brian.
Shout out to him.
Says shout out to the panel. Shout out to Brap. Joined Twitter Spaces 2 days in a row, and special shout out to my favorite two ponies, Forte and Slow-Mo. Click clack, brothers. Click clack.
You hear that? You hear that, Forte?
Yeah, you know what? I have a
You're a
question.
pony.
That's fine. I
paying.
haven't. I also haven't got my super chat asking me, how to unlock achievements lately. So I kind of missed those. What's up with that?
Yeah. He gave us one last week. We got Neo Wise with the $2 super chat. Says Forte Deathloop came out last year in September.
I said first party. That's all I said. First party. I'm not talking about games in general. Games released on the PlayStation. I purposely said first party, didn't I? I said first party.
Ken also came out last. Wait, Forte. It doesn't matter if it's first party, man.
It's not first party.
I did say first party. It does matter. We're talking about
Forte.
We're talking about exclusives.
No, I'm talking about exclusives, man.
Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Move on. Show just move.
See, Forte, you think you're smooth. You are. You know what, Forte? You are a door-to-door salesman, man. I'm not falling for that tomfoolery.
You know what? Okay, if that's
you out here
case,
selling people vacuums.
You know what? If that's the case, when everybody said, okay, and I don't agree with this, and you know what? And if that's
Slow-mo
the case,
Cutco knives.
But you know what? And if that's the case,
go to people's doors cutting rope and pennies.
And you know what? Guess what? And if that's the case, and I don't agree with it, the Medium was a game that released right around the same time as the Xbox. But everybody said Xbox ain't got no games that came out in the release window of the system. But they actually did have one. They had the Medium, and I don't count that game because guess what? It's not a first-party Microsoft game.
Yeah, it was kind of bad too.
Damage control.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm being very, very honest with the critique that I'm having on the whole situation.
I don't know. The honesty is in question right now, sir.
First-party titles released on that platform for a 7-month period.
You should be on Amber Heard's legal team, sir.
Absolutely not. Can't nobody save that woman. Can't nobody save her.
Yeah.
What the hell?
We got nobody. You shot on that bed. Oh, we got another super chat, $2 super chat from Neo Wise. Neo Wise and $2 super chat. You asked me to. And exclusive is exclusive. Stop the Cat Forte. Neo Wise says, "Stop the Cat Forte."
Okay. Well, when y'all were saying that stuff about Xbox not having any first-party exclusives that came out with the launch of the system, did we overlook?
Forte, you always calling me, telling me not to console. Where you kind of console right now, sir?
No, I'm just trying to keep this show balanced and where it needs to
balance. Are you trying to say the rest of us are unbalanced?
No, I'm just saying you like to push a narrative that don't need to be pushed.
I'm not pushing
you, Enrique.
Oh, first of all, I'm not pushing any narrative, sir.
I'm trying to save you from yourself.
No, I don't need saving, sir. Let me tell you something. I'm the bearer of truth.
Enrique, you're getting a bit of a reputation for not liking Xbox.
Mike, are you talking about Mike? You talking about Mike?
Oh,
there it is. Let's go.
We have a real talk today.
Are you talking about my distaste for Xbox?
Let's go.
That's on display.
Let's go. I want to hear it.
People have been saying, Enrique, that when you see the color green, you get irrationally angry and start kicking dogs.
Let's go.
Apparently,
Let's go. That's all. All I'm saying, bro. All I'm doing is trying to save you from yourself.
Look, I don't need saving, man, because at the end of the day, I was on Halo Infinite where all those guys were missing. So
we're not talking about them. We're talking about you.
No, I'm fine. Hey, I'm fine.
Good.
I'm good.
Where you playing Halo Infinite at? On a PC, right?
Yes, sir.
But we talking about how I want my eyeballs to be melted on the console, but you're not even playing on the console.
Because they haven't given me a reason to fire up the console.
Okay, those same games are available on your console, and your PC isn't even melting your brain like that.
Forte. No. Forte.
What are you expecting from a $500 box?
We are seeing games that are visually impressive from another platform. And you know what? I want to see the same thing. There is nothing wrong. Don't shame me for trying to ask for better, sir.
But that said, Enrique, if they came out with a game that was on the level of, say, like Ghost of Tsushima, it's always going to be on PC at the same time it's on Xbox. You're still going to play it on PC.
PC.
No, but you know what though? I would actually play something like that on both though. I played on Series. No, because I would play it on my OLED. Because I played on my OLED. Because I got an OLED. I played on my OLED.
Hook up your
OLED.
Wait. Fire. I want to sit on the couch. Fire up the OLED. Fire up the Dolby Atmos surround sound. Come on. The Series X supports Dolby Atmos. They throw Dolby Atmos on the first party games.
But wasn't you one of those people that said if they made their games day and date and they came to PC day and date that you find like no reason to have a PlayStation at that point?
I probably would get rid of a PlayStation.
Okay, so what's the difference? All your games, all
Because-
the games
because-
were available on PC,
no,
you would be playing them on
But here's the
PC.
thing, because I have 2 Series X's right now. I got one in the box.
And whose fault is that?
That is not my fault. That's Microsoft needs to give me a reason to open the box.
You the one that I'm gonna stop calling you. That's why I stopped calling you when stuff came to the store, because you were just buying stuff on impulse just to buy it.
Yeah, Forte was preying on me, by the way. You were like those 2 dudes outside the barbershop or Coming to America. Yo, check it out.
Man, I need to hit my sales. I need to hit my sales quota for today. I'm gonna call Enrique so he can buy something from me.
Look, man. Hey, look,
Yeah,
I got that Series X, man. It's a nice looking tower-like console, and I just want to use it, man. That's all.
I'm with you, man. I'm just trying to keep you to. I'm just trying to remind you of the point that you do play on PC.
I do play on PC.
And those same games,
which is funny because
like as much as people talk about how Red Dead Redemption is one of the best looking games on the Xbox platform.
Oh, it is
that
on the
game-
Series X, on the X, on the
It
One
is.
X. Yeah,
But guess
absolutely.
what? But guess what? Where does it look better at?
Oh,
On the
on
PC.
PC. Absolutely. There's hands down.
Looks
Yeah,
godly on PC.
looks
But
godly on
nobody-
PC.
But the thing about it, but nobody cares. Even though no one really truly cares about it. I mean, no one talks about it. I mean, the only people that talk about it like that are people that only play on console.
Hey, you know what?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you know what's funny, Forte? I love it when people are like, "Oh, you brap, you're a pony." I'm like, as I sit behind my PC. So I think it's
We need to
hilarious.
come up with a sound effect for mouse clicks instead of click clack. We need to come up with a mouse.
Tic tac.
Tic tac.
Tic tac.
Tic tac.
No,
Yeah.
man, I'm with you though. I understand what you're saying. Everybody wants to have that experience. If you're a
No, look,
console-only person,
Microsoft.
you want your face to be melted. I understand.
Yeah, like
but
it
Here's the
doesn't
difference.
sound good. It just doesn't sound good coming from you. That's all it is.
Oh no!
I'm
I
actually the one
disagree
you
with
should be
that,
talking
Forte.
to, because you guys know, like, I game on console. I don't really care about gaming. on
Yeah,
PC.
yeah. He
I own
don't
that, right?
care about PC at all. Yeah.
Right.
All right, what?
I
do
own
you-
that.
what-
And-
Yeah,
I'm
but
also
who says that I'm
in
with
the
you?
boat of Eric. I don't like PC.
And here's
at
the
all.
thing, like, and me and Slow-Mo talk about this all the time. I have no delusions of grandeur about what a console can do versus a PC.
Facts.
And that's where people go wrong. But that's also on these companies who do their job. They're supposed to market it to you and sell it to you. And these, I won't say the people are gullible, but stop listening to, I mean, if you're going to do a little bit of cheerleading just for the fun of it, so be it. But a lot of you cats buy this stuff hook, line, and sinker, and you go into these YouTuber tech experts, and you let them hype you up and gas you. You go at people,
12
Slow-Mo
teraflops.
and Forte, and try to compare and have a pissing match, and you're gonna lose it.
Mm.
Know what
time.
you have. You have a console. And all these buzzwords they keep throwing around at VR, all this other stuff, that's all been going on PC for a very long time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Just
all.
be happy and thankful that it is now working its way into consoles and it's making the console experience a little bit better, but it'll never be on par with a high-end PC. Stop deluding yourself. Stop buying into this monster that eats monsters and does all this other stuff, because even they kind of walk that back a little bit. They don't really push that a whole lot anymore, right?
For me, the crazy.
You get into these feature back and forths, and it's like none of that makes any sense or makes any difference. And PC guys sit back and laugh at your asses.
Yeah, I think the whole VRR discussion is kind of comical. I'm like laughing. I'm like,
Yeah, the funny thing to me
Guys
is
talk about IO architecture, and they can't name anything beyond the SSD.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it's just a fucking feature, man. Like, who gives a shit? You know,
Yeah,
like
And
Like,
Optimus,
at the end of the
ray tracing
day,
is overrated.
what should matter is the games that are coming out, not
Exactly.
features.
yeah,
Fact.
I agree with that.
Fact.
Games matter, yeah.
We
Yeah.
talked about a controller for a whole half a generation though.
Yo, can I get these super chats
Oh,
real quick?
man.
I'm gonna get these super chats real
Get 'em.
quick.
Oh, you get those super chats, bro.
All right, so we got Erodimus with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Erodimus, for that super chat. He says,
Hey,
I
Rod.
think the panel is right about he's talking about you, Enrique. Xbox hate brat. I didn't see 6-part tweets condemning people laughing at games being delayed because of war. Just saying. Shout out to the Ashen Luca, who's probably going to be joining us real soon with the $5 super chat. She said, I think she did that on purpose. I thought you bought your Series X for your kids.
I can answer
Enrique, a pony and
Dang.
PC clothing, I fear. Oh, man.
Oh, man,
You got called out, dude.
Mm.
We can't say
yeah,
you
no,
now.
no,
You did
actually,
say
no.
you
Can't
got
prove
that
you
for
now,
your
dude.
kids,
No,
man.
absolutely, I bought it for my kids. But look, let me tell you something. It wasn't
Why
their
you have
money
two
that,
of 'em,
that
though?
it was their. It wasn't their money. It
So
was
why
like
is it still in the box?
because my kids don't want to play it, man.
Oh my god, you
Gotta get him a little
So
man.
why'd you get it for your kids?
Okay, so I told you guys this story. What happened?
no, his initial one was for his kids.
No, so okay, so here's what happened. So here's the
I
one.
wait for Enrique to pull out the. I'm a
Who's the
grown ass
no,
man, dog.
no,
I
no,
gotta
let's-
explain myself.
Yeah,
let's-
exactly.
let's
Hey, why
go-
y'all pocket watching?
Let's go back through this
Why you?
timeline.
Why is everyone
I'm a
pocket
grown
watching?
ass man.
No, let's
I'm
go
a
back
grown
to
ass
this.
man, dog.
Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this timeline. Somebody
I
said that
want
they
to buy
weren't going
20
to.
episodes.
Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, wait, Forte.
Go
If I want to call Forte on a Saturday and buy another Series X for him, that's my prerogative. If I want to,
If I want to buy a whole bunch of Series S's and X's and throw them shits off the freeway, I can do it.
exactly. I work for my money. I'm grown.
Shout out-
It's just like I think what people are saying, Enrique, is that when you buy a bunch of stuff and then like you like, I don't have a reason to use it. And it's like, did you have a reason to use it before you bought
Yo,
You know what, man? When you
Shout out-
look, let me
hey,
tell you something. When you have
that's
disposable income at times,
Oh,
you
shout
just
out to listen, man. Shout out to Lynch's returns with the $5 super chat, bro. We really appreciate you over here on Brap. Brap is a grown man and had full knowledge of Xbox lineup. No one lied to him. He's not a victim, and he's responsible for his purchasing decisions.
thank you for enlightening us there, Ellen, whatever the fuck your name is. Ellenkus returns. I don't know where you went, why you're returning, but
it. Hey, that's disrespectful, man.
thank you.
Ellen
It's
just
returns.
Returns.
Alentius?
Is it
I'm getting
Sounds like-
pronunciation correct.
sounds like
from
an-
Forte.
it sounds like
Is it
an-
Lynch's?
clearly the Twilight Zone.
It sounds like an
Whatever.
STI.
hey, don't get mad. at that,
STD?
man.
They call them STIs now.
What they do?
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. Shout out
What?
to
Yeah.
Shout
When did this
out.
happen?
When?
I don't
That
know.
happen?
Shout out to
Yeah, when-
shout out to the Ashen one, the Ashen Lucardi, the Ashen Lucino, with the $5 super chat. If it's your prerogative, then you shouldn't be complaining about Xbox not having anything because you bought it fully aware of that, sir.
Hey, look, I can
You gotta
complain.
love-
Look,
you
I
give me
can
smoke
complain
for
about
you to come on the
anything
podcast, bro. You gotta
I can
love that.
complain about anything I've invested my money in. So
Oh man, this
Why is
great.
Luke in that here? I mean, we're going to clearly, like, after we're done roasting Brap, we're clearly going to get into the Halo topic. So she might as well just.
I think Luca's itching to get in here. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, look, no, I bought. Look, here's the thing. I bought it for my kids, right? And then it's in my gaming room, and then my kids wouldn't. My kids were like upset because I wouldn't let them play it because I got the OLED and they were messing around with the OLED and they were changing my settings and I was playing PlayStation 5 a lot. So, and I didn't want to give up the Series X. And Forte's like, yo, I had some money laying around, and I had like a bunch of gift cards for GameStop, and I hit up my man Forte. He's like, hey, man, I got you. So that's how it happened.
And it's still sitting in the box.
It actually still is sitting in the box because what ended up happening is I bought a second PlayStation 5, put that in the other room, and the kids actually like the PlayStation 5 more now. So, but you know,
Where are they playing on it? They don't mind me asking.
yeah, they play. So they play like Astrobot. They've been using a lot of the one game they do play on Xbox is Forza Horizon 5. That's the one game they'll play. Like even my 13-year-old's got I bought him a steering wheel for Forza Horizon. But he plays it on the Xbox One S. But now, since I got the PC, I gave him my old PC, so he's been playing Forza Horizon 5 on PC now.
Hold on, dog. This man playing Forza Horizon 5 on a 1S.
He was, yeah, and then I gave him the PC, and he switched to PC.
So, but you had the Xbox Series X.
But it was downstairs here, and his Series S was in his bedroom.
But I'm talking about the one in the box.
Oh no, we just got that. He got the Series S before we got the one in the box.
Okay. I
feel like Brap like just tells his kids go play on the PlayStation. I feel like
No,
I
man,
feel like
come-
he tries. I feel like he tries to get his kids away from the Xbox.
Get away from the evil Xbox kiddies. Phil Spencer's not your friend.
Dad, we want to play Roblox. No, you don't.
He told me
No,
I
you
was
don't.
strong with the Force, and he gave me a wine cooler.
This isn't Roblox. It's
Yeah.
Astrobot. It's the same thing. It's the
Yeah,
same thing.
that's true. It's the same thing. Look, it's the same thing. Damn it. No, but no, they've been using. You know what's interesting? No, they definitely use. The kids do. The one thing about that's nice about having Game Pass. All jokes aside, the kids do like Game Pass. When there's a game that comes out, they'll if they're interested, they'll pick it up. But they've been actually using PlayStation Now quite a bit more recently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they're getting uses out of the console, and then it's really cool because the 13-year-old who I gave my old PC, that's the PC that has a 2070 in it for Slow-Mo. Oh, dude, he loves PC now. He is playing with mouse and keyboard now. Like just
hey, look, it's so much easier for them. I
no,
think,
it is.
'cause-
Like I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
he's playing Forza with mouse and keyboard. I'm like, yo, what about this dude? It's like, you don't feel like it right now.
They don't.
Like,
They
what?
don't have years and years of muscle memory on controllers the way we do. So going to mouse and keyboard is very, very easy for them. My son will do that. I actually hooked up a keyboard to his Series S because he just like he kept asking for a keyboard. I'm like, why? You have like 3 controllers over here. And he's just like, no, I just want to play this Roblox game with a mouse and keyboard. I'm like, all right, I guess. He plays. I mean, he plays any. I think he might play Fortnite on mouse and keyboard. The only game he doesn't play on mouse and keyboard is Forza. So yeah, for them it's just been. I think it's because their gaming habits. A lot of these kids like they grew up on mobile. They find mobile controls much easier than we do. That kind of stuff. It's just a different generation, man. They're used to this stuff. That like to me, mouse and keyboard, I'm freaking awful unless it's like a slower paced game.
Yeah, and I'm also finding that my kids seem to like just play either multiplayer games or they'll play like single player stuff, right? So they tend to kind of like bounce around, you know, depending on whatever it is they feel like playing, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, I got, like I said, man, I got the Series X. I have played Halo Infinite on the Series X. That's like the one game I've probably played. Like if I want to play like on a big screen, you know, feel a little immersed, then I'll fire up the Xbox Series X and play Halo Infinite multiplayer. And I will play Warzone on that too. So, but I haven't played those games in a long time. I played at least Warzone in a long time. And now that I have this new PC, I'm playing Infinite because, like I was telling you last night, Slow-Mo, I dialed it down to 1080p on resolution, but with high settings, and I'm getting 144, like 143, 144, man.
And you have a 3070.
Yeah.
You should still be able to. Well, look, I'm playing at 1440p.
At 1440, I'm getting about 120.
Yeah, that's where I'm playing.
Like 115, 120. That's where it bounces around.
Yeah,
On
I'm
high
fine
settings.
with that at 1440p. At 1080p, it's like, I mean, it still looks good, but
It does look
just
good,
like,
yeah.
I much prefer 1440p. That's the sweet spot.
I want to fall asleep listening to this fucking shit. Jesus
Ah!
Christ.
Hey, Optimus, you know what? You can go gargle some nuts if you want, you know? You bastard.
You bastard.
You bastard. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Arado said who's playing Trek to Yomi? I am. Trek to Yomi looks
Yeah,
Yeah, that comes out tomorrow.
Samurai games? I'm all about that.
it comes
What's up
out.
tomorrow?
I think it's out tomorrow, but
Yeah.
Wait, is that on Game Pass?
I think it's on Game Pass, but I think
There you go, Enrique.
Oh,
There's
there I
Game
go.
Pass game.
There's my Game Pass game. Problem
But I
solved.
I think that's not until Friday.
Thank
I don't
you,
think
Uncle
it comes
Phil.
out until Friday.
Did you say thank you, Uncle Phil? Don't do that.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to say. You know, that's what I heard.
If you call, let me tell you, if you call a grown man from another corporation Uncle, you need to reevaluate things in your life.
Mhm.
Phil Spencer,
This
like,
is big facts. Yeah.
you know me.
Uncle Phil.
He believes
That's
in
what I
us.
call him. What's wrong with that?
I'm not calling anyone uncle. I don't even call my own uncles uncle. Call them by their first names.
You don't say, hey, Unc.
Nope. I'm actually, that's a lie. I say Tio. What's up, Tio?
Tio.
Right, Optimus?
Sure. Yeah.
The only Uncle Phil I know was from the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
This is true. That's the only Uncle Phil I know, too.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yes.
yeah,
rest
right.
in
Rest in
peace.
peace. All right. Let's get
this is the Halo
let's
land.
stop roasting Brap because yeah.
It's fun though.
No, it's not fun.
It was fun.
It was not fun.
You
Let's
was
let
not.
It is
no, it's
kinda
not.
fun.
Let's roast Forte. That's even better because yeah.
Cause yeah.
I don't know. No, actually, that was pretty funny though. I don't mind a good roasting. It's pretty funny. I'm a good sport. Yes. Square Enix sells off Crystal Dynamics, a bunch of other studios, Eidos Montreal, Crystal Dynamics.
Sell off or gave away.
What's that?
I said sell off or gave away.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you know what?
yeah.
Wait. You know what's funny? I just want to say something. I want to say it's hilarious. Some of the takes that I saw from people saying that Square Enix doesn't know how to run a business because they gave up, these great studios. I'm like, you guys realize these studios that Square Enix is a business, for-profit entity. They're not a nonprofit, and these studios were barely breaking even.
Mm-hmm.
But was it that their fault or was that Square's fault?
Probably a lot on Square because they weren't.
I don't think
hitting
Square was marketing, but who knows? I mean, I don't know,
Not
man.
just marketing. Like who told Crystal Dynamics to do a live service Avengers game?
Oh,
That
Square for sure.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
but
And
even
then after the game bombed, they said, well, maybe we shouldn't have used this developer for this kind of game. Like basically threw them under the bus,
Yeah.
saying they were not competent enough to make that kind of game. Why? Like that's your own mistake.
but
you should have known that before you put
Yeah.
them in that position.
But outside of that, they did make some good games though, like Deus Ex, which doesn't sell well, which is a damn shame because it's actually a good game.
You say Deus Ex. It's
Deus
Deus Ex.
That's what I said. Deus Ex, man. Did I say
You did not
Dios?
say-
You didn't
Yeah,
say that.
Deus.
You said
you said Deuce X.
I did say- I'm sorry.
2X.
I got Amber. I get
Look,
Amber.
guys, leave me alone.
I thought I said Dios, like Jesus.
Kind of. It was kind of close to that. It was.
Yeah,
like,
it was like
more
Dios. Dios Ex.
Yeah, and it's not just the Western studios that they mismanaged, like Babylon's Fall. Like there are other games that they're easy, even their Japanese games don't aren't always on point. Let's keep it a buck. Like there hadn't been a real good Final Fantasy Final Fantasy game, numbered game, if you exclude 14, which is an MMO, since 9.
Oh,
So
dude, don't even go there with that. No way, dude. No way. 12 was great. Fucking 10 was good.
What did you? What happened?
Come on.
You talking about Final Fantasy
give me
X?
Final Fantasy, these Final Fantasies are trash, man.
No,
Oh,
Final.
and-
Whoa!
and if they had 14, if they did not have
whoa.
14, they wouldn't even be in business right
Slow
now.
mo.
Oh shit! No way.
They wouldn't even be in business right
All right,
now if they didn't have 14.
We gotta get a calm opinion on this. Eric, what do you think? 10 and 12 are trash, or I shouldn't say trash, aren't good games? Assuming you played them. We lost Eric. All right, go ahead, Slow-Mo. Continue your slander then.
Is it slander if it's true?
It's very much slander, and it hurts my ear.
It's not slander. Look. The great Final Fantasy games, of course, Tactics, right? Tactics is amazing.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
FF4, FF6 is the best one. FF7 is great. FF8 is all right. FF9 is good. After that, they stopped making Final Fantasy games as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my gosh.
If 15 is the worst one of all, and that's the latest one.
15 is not the worst.
You know which one's the best one, Slow-Mo?
The worst is fucking 13, dude. You gotta be kidding me.
13 is bad.
Who knows?
But at least I can follow the story of 13.
That's
15,
true.
what the heck is going on?
No one knows.
No
Which
one knows.
No one knows.
Hey, Dark, why don't you go watch an anime and then watch an hour-long movie to figure out what the hell they're doing?
I didn't say 15 was good. I said 15 was.
But what I'm
very
saying is,
good.
at least with 13,
I like
could
15.
follow
I like
along
15.
what was happening. It wasn't good, but
Well, the
I understood
problem-
what was
I
happening.
just have a problem with you saying that 12 was terrible, and I'm just like, you never played
the problem with
Oh.
13 was they broke you up in the party system, and it's like you weren't in a party for it felt like 3/4 of the game until you got to the final act, and then they finally let you be in parties with people again. But what was the best Final Fantasy though? That's the question.
I think 6 is the best.
Absolutely. There you go. Shout out to 6.
6 is amazing.
6 is great.
Yeah,
my-
6 is pretty good. I will admit that.
Oh, okay. I thought the way you grow.
Yeah, the way you made that sound
Yeah,
was like,
It's because I love Vagrant Story. So when
Vagrant
12
Story's
came
good.
out,
Yeah, that is good. That is
when
good.
12 when
But that's
12
not
came out,
Final
it was
Fantasy game.
like I know, but Final Fantasy 12 is a successor to Vagrant Story. So it's
I still
That's true. Yeah, 7 remake's the best in my opinion.
I still think Final Fantasy X
Seven
had
remake
the.
is
I
good.
think Final Fantasy X still had the best side best game in it that you could play outside of the regular game when it came to Spirit Ball. I mean Spirit Ball. What's it called?
I forget what it was, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. What was it called?
That was a fun. That was a fun game. Hey, what was that game called? Underwater.
Was it Underwater?
Yeah, it was underwater. You played underwater with Titus and what was the name?
Oh,
of that
that's right.
freaking-
Yeah,
The
yeah,
homie,
yeah.
the
You played
homie B
Underwater.
Money in the chat says Tactics is the best. If you want to say Tactics, I love Tactics, by the way. I think Tactics, if they want to do a
Get away
remake
with
of
that.
Tactics, yeah, I'll be
It's
down
very
for it.
good.
I think Tactics,
Oh,
when it comes, we want to rank
Blitzball.
them. I would say Final Fantasy 6 is 1A and Tactics is like 1B, barely. Like it's that good.
Yeah, Blitzball. Blitzball was by far the best side game in a Final Fantasy game. I played. I couldn't even tell
That's
you
the
how.
best I got.
Man,
The,
Blitzball.
the side game is really good.
Dude,
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
What's Blitzball?
No, Blitzball, dude. I leveled all my people up to 100 in Blitzball, man. I played Blitzball more than I probably played Final Fantasy X.
Gotta
And
love it.
that's
You
the
gotta love the
problem.
chocobo racing.
That's the problem. The game wasn't that good.
Yeah,
That's why you play
Blitzball.
so much
Blitzball
damn
was
Blitzball.
no Blitzball
Blitzball
was actually pretty fun as a
Blitzball
side
was
game.
fun, bro.
Yeah, that actually. Well, I agree with
never
Slow-Mo.
played
Yeah.
an RPG where I cared more for the side game than the actual main game.
You gotta
Ain't
wait.
nobody
But
playing
you actually gotta.
Witcher 3 and saying, what's the
No,
name
but
of that
you-
little
You actually gotta
Gwent?
Gwent. Yeah,
Man,
but
that Gwent, man.
Gwent was actually kind
Oh,
of
that
fun.
Gwent's amazing. Forget
No, but-
the game.
But I think
just play
I think
Gwent
at
like no one said
Blitzball,
that.
I think at Blitzball you actually got weapon unlocks. I think if I'm not mistaken.
You did.
Yeah. So it actually incentivized you to play.
It was
Some
fun,
of the
man.
people that said that about Gwent, they made the Gwent game and then canceled the Gwent game.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Jordan Luke just said he said it's hard to tell if this stream is as biased as MBG stream. Oh my god, we just got
Dang.
compared to MBG.
Oh wow.
Damn.
We gotta stop.
That means we're big time now.
We're talking about Final Fantasy. Is that why?
I don't know. People are weird, man. Like if you don't like I don't know, talk positive about certain platform all the time. It's like, oh, it's like no.
Justin Wade said Gwent was better than Witcher 3's combat. He's not lying about that.
Oh, that's
He's
sad.
not lying.
Hey,
about
Justin,
Hey.
just wait might be right about that.
that. Hey man, Witcher 3, as much as that story was
Witcher's-
great,
Witcher
that
3.
combat.
No, dude. The combat in Witcher 3 is really good if you know what the
If
fuck you're doing. But a lot of people didn't know what the fuck they were doing
I
because
don't think
they've
they
never
knew what they
played
were doing.
By that logic, couldn't you say that for any game that has
Exactly.
questionable combat?
True. Yeah.
Because I've
Yeah.
heard people say the same thing about Witcher 2's combat, which I thought was absolutely atrocious.
Oh yeah, it was
This
terrible.
is so convoluted.
I don't think it was that bad, to be honest. But
It was pretty
Interesting.
bad.
Yeah, it got better by
Really
3, but yeah, it was.
yeah, three was just very, like you said, convoluted, and it had a lot of stuff that people weren't interested in, like building potions or crafting
Potions.
certain things. You know that they were like, I have to use this in order to get this certain monster, and then a lot of people would just hack and slash. For the most part.
And I think
Yeah, I
that's
think
the
it was more
biggest.
like the sword combat, like people felt. was
Yeah,
kinda, like,
exactly.
slowed or
That's
whatever,
what
like,
it was.
Because I think, honestly, I mean, I didn't have a problem with Witcher 3's like swordplay combat. I think it could have been better, of course, but can you imagine like if it had like Ghost of Tsushima's like for
Oh
combat.
man,
Jeez, man, if it had that, oh gosh,
I would have beat the game by now if
Probably-
I would have had that. Shoot.
Slim, I would have platinum that shit already.
That game could have
Exactly.
man. That game would have
Honestly,
replaced Mass
it would
Effect for me as my
probably be
favorite
the
game of
best
all
game in
time. If that was the case,
to be honest, like it would probably be the best game in existence if it had that kind of combat, because that combat was so fluid and
Based
so
on
good.
based
that-
on fencing.
yeah.
I love Ghost of Tsushima's combat so much, man.
Oh, it's
I do
so
like
good.
Tsushima's combat. I do like Sekiro's combat better though.
Well,
Maybe
yeah.
different though, man.
well,
Yeah.
Sekiro's combat is really attention. It's intentional, and that's why people love it so much. You commit in that game. When you commit, you're in.
That yeah. Hey, since we're
You
talking about
commit, you're in.
since we're talking about Final Fantasy, guys, this is always a question I ask. Best villain in Final Fantasy. Who?
Oh.
What do you guys think?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Kefka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I think it's Kefka or Sephiroth.
That's why 6 is the best. You know, Kefka
Yeah,
is
Kefka's good.
Kefka's really
Kefka's
good,
really
man.
fucking good.
And Sephiroth is really good too.
Sephiroth
but
is good, too.
Kefla is just a whole nother
Kefla,
thing.
who's Kefla?
Yeah, I don't know
Sick.
Kefla. Is that
What did I
Creflo Dollar? Is that? That's what you talking about?
He
Who
said
was
Kefla. He's like, Kefla's great. I'm like, who's Kefla?
But no. Kefka is
Kefka.
like the only Final Fantasy villain that actually like won.
Yeah,
like,
he is. Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
won.
He actually won.
He actually
yeah.
won, yeah.
And I love that. Like, there's like this whole because not many stories explore what it's like for the heroes to like pick things up after they actually lost. Like you lost. Like you didn't win. You didn't save the day, and the world.
Isn't it like
suffered
15
for it
hours or something?
dramatically.
Not 15. Isn't it like a couple of years after or something like that?
I think it was like a year afterwards. After
Yeah,
the
some
quote unquote the fall
Yeah,
of,
some-
of the world.
yeah, and some
Yeah.
of your teammates, if you will, have died too and stuff. Or I don't know. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but I feel like some.
They're all scattered all over the place, and you gotta find them and convince them to come back and actually fight again. Some of them have been through a lot of stuff, and they're depressed, and
Yeah.
others have been trying to, continue on the fight on their own. But it's just like that kind of storytelling, and you see the roots of a lot of other games and storytelling being taken from what Final Fantasy VI did. It's just like that's the game I wish would get a remake, like in the vein of like the way it looks, the way
That
they
would
did
be
Final
sick.
Fantasy VII, but just don't change anything. You don't need to change anything with that. Don't make it like a quasi sequel. Just make the same game, but make it look amazing.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Luca's here.
Yeah. Let's
Luca
go.
here.
What's up, Luca?
What's up, guys?
Luca has joined us to discuss Halo Infinite Season
Halo
2
Season 2?
What's up, Luca?
Double Kill.
What's up?
Mhm.
So
All
Luca, how are you feeling
Okay, can you guys
about
hear me?
season 2 yet?
Yeah,
Yes,
we can
we
hear you. Yeah, we can hear
Because
you.
like the delays and me saying, "Hey, what's up?" It's just odd delays here and there. I'm just like, okay, this is
Well,
not.
Well, you are botting.
normal
You are botting a
conversation.
little bit.
You are
Alright.
botting a little bit.
So yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm just like, okay, so what's going on here?
Sound like
all
an
right,
auto tune right now.
all right, let me go ahead.
All right, we got a poll up right now. Is Slow-Mo right about Final Fantasy? Yes. The yeses are at 30%. The no's are at 15%. And he is highs at 56%.
He's
How is it 250% and the 30%? Did you?
No, I said 15%, 56%.
15%.
I'm gonna give
this-
him. I'm gonna give him
Kefla,
the yes.
Kefla put this poll up.
He doesn't have
Kefla?
access to that.
Where the Forte call me?
Kefla.
You called him Kefla E. Kefla.
Kefla Dollar.
Sounds like
dollar tree, y'all.
it sounds like a place where I could get shawarma. Go to Kefla's.
You could go to get shawarma. Shawarma's like American
So-
pastime.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Shawarma is good. Yeah. All right, we're waiting for Luca to come back. She's got some some technical issues. I think she was body a little bit. So we're gonna get to.
We also didn't really finish the topic of Square selling off all their most of their Western assets, because they didn't sell everything. They didn't sell Life is Strange IP. They didn't sell the Just Cause IP, and I feel like they also didn't sell they may have sold all their Western developers, but I feel like there's a European developer that they still they still own, but they didn't sell that too, I think. But I think they kept all the stuff that's been profitable, because Life is Strange is not a very expensive game to make. But it's been successful. It sells well. There's a whole generation of like gamers now that like look at Life is Strange the way we used to look at Telltale, So I think that's why they kept that. I don't know why they kept Just Cause. I mean, maybe it's the engine or something. I don't know, but like, they don't own Avalanche, but they own that IP. But and Outriders, which I don't know why they kept that too. But all right,
games.
Did they keep that? They kept People Can Fly, or
Hey, Luca.
or not People Can Fly?
Hey, Luca.
But they
I think
left.
Luca Teal.
Dark. Would you say Dark?
I don't think
They kept the
Discord
IP?
wants here.
They kept that.
Hold on, Miss Lucas chiming in. What's that, Luca?
She's not there.
Oh, she dropped?
And she tends to have issues with Discord, from what she's told me in the past. Hopefully she gets that worked out. Dark, go ahead. What were you saying?
They kept the Outriders IP.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, so here's real quick, guys. Here's it's a games of service. I mean, here's a list of the franchises that now belong to Embracer Group. Embracer's a monopoly. Akuji, The Heartless, Crash and Burn, Deus Ex. Hope I pronounced it right.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
That's the Mexican version.
Wow. Gex, Legacy of Kain, Mad Dash Racing, Pandemonium, Project Snowblind, Solar Eclipse, The Horde, The Unholy War, Thief. Wouldn't mind another Thief. Tomb Raider, Total Eclipse Turbo, Offworld, Interceptor, Whiplash.
Whiplash.
So that's what the Embracer Group is.
So they kept Sleeping Dogs?
Yeah, they kept. Yeah, I don't see Sleeping Dogs in there.
Yeah, that's part of Deep Silver.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they own Deep Silver still.
I think my theory on why they kept Outriders is that Outriders is still so new, and they're still cooking the books to keep People Can Fly from actually making money. So if they actually sold it, People Can Fly probably would get paid. So they're probably like, the game is still coming out with DLC. There's still opportunity we can make money off of it. That's probably what they.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
because they are coming out with that new DLC, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, that DLC's coming out. Yeah, I might check
if that
out.
revitalizes the game and they sold it, they probably will be really kicking themselves.
Hey, so is Eldercat picking that up? Do you know? Because I know we ran that game with him quite a bit.
I don't think he's ever playing that game again.
Okay.
No, he's done with that game, bro.
He's done. Okay. All right. We got Luca back. Luca, can you hear us? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds better.
All right, we hear. Yeah, we can. Yeah, you're not botting anymore.
Yeah.
She doesn't like Discord, as you can tell.
I mean, if my audio doesn't work, I have no reason to like it. So.
Yeah, I'm with you,
It's a fair point. That's a fair point. All right, let's get into Halo Infinite Season 2. Yeah, so Season 2 came out yesterday.
Catastrophicity.
Luca, I'm going to go to you first. Because you, I don't even know what word that was, Forte.
I just said a word that didn't make sense. That's all. Go ahead.
Okay.
Not the first time.
It was on purpose, but go ahead.
Okay. Luca, so you did a stream today. Gave some thoughts about Season 2. Please give the panel and the live chat. Let us know what your thoughts are on Season 2 with Halo Infinite. And does this game need help?
Yes, it needs help. Season 2, in my opinion, feels like a weekly reset. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel fresh, even with the new game mode and these new maps. It's more like a okay, cool, this is here, but I don't really feel inclined to continue playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I said on my stream that this would be like the last time, this and Scumcast and whatever guest appearances I do. It'll be the last time I talk about Halo Infinite because I don't plan on playing it. And I try not to complain about shit I don't play or whatever. But I hopped in yesterday. I was pretty excited. First misstep, a minor misstep, is that they didn't have maintenance before reset. So we were like not able to get on for what, like an hour and a half, 2 hours nautical.
Yep, didn't come up till 3:30.
Yeah, so we finally get in, take a look at everything, and I was like, okay, cool, this looks pretty good. I hopped in quick play to try it out. My first match was attrition. I was like, oh, cool, they added attrition to quick play. That's great. I enjoyed it, had a good time. And then I decided to try out whatever the mix of free for all game modes or whatever, right? So I hopped in there because I had a challenge that was like, you need to play a free for all match and get 10 Guardian kills. Hop in. First game I got in free for all was a solo oddball with rocket launchers. I was like, oddball doesn't work as a solo game mode, so I don't know why they would implement this. I also don't understand why we have rocket launchers. I just spent the entire time shooting people with my rocket launcher instead of actually grabbing the ball because I was like, this is pointless. Because you don't have a weapon when you have the ball either. It's just regular oddball. So it's like regular oddball works because you have 3 other people protecting you, right? But in this, you have to drop the ball, pick it up, get some points, drop the ball, pick it up, get some points, and like run away from 6 other people. So I was like, this is completely pointless in my opinion, very stupid. The game ends, and I did wait until the game was actually over, right? I always wait. Like I don't rage quit games unless I'm like really angry, and I don't really get that angry while I'm playing to the point of rage quitting, you know? So I stayed, and then I noticed my stuff didn't pop. I was like, okay, what the fuck, right? So I was like, okay, well maybe it's because it was weird, like it was the rocket launcher thing or whatever. All right, whatever. So I hop in again, and the next match is just a regular free for all. I love free for all. I think I got second place, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And then after I once again waited for the game to be over, and I got the loading screen because I always like looking at everyone's stats afterwards. And looking at mine and be like, oh, I could improve here, or this guy's so good, stuff like that, or oh, I did really well, that kind of thing. After I was done with the match, I checked again, and once again, my stuff didn't pop. My challenges didn't pop. So I just go to Twitter. I'm like, my stuff didn't pop. I got some people telling me you should have stayed. I was like, I did stay. I don't know what you're talking about. I always stay. Someone's like, oh, you can leave early and get points. I was like, I didn't know that. I always just stay or whatever, right? So that was like the first real strike for me. Last Man Standing's fine. I didn't really get a handle on it as I was playing it, but that's whatever. Like, people enjoy that game mode. I'm just kind of like, eh. It's not like a battle royale. It's more like gun game. And it's like you're upgrading your weapon each kill you get, which is cool. But there's some weird things that they decide to add to it. Like, why are you giving people overshields in a mode where you're giving them like a shitty gun to start off with? I mean, the sidearm or sidekick or whatever is fine, but it's like the disruptor. It's a very, in my opinion, situational kind of gun and stuff. So I was just like, all right, this is like a weird choice. I think there was camo as well. I'm like, why? I just don't get it, man. And so I was like, all right, whatever, right? And then what happened after that? Oh, I hopped into quick play. I did another attrition match. That was fine. And I was just like, yeah, okay. I don't know how I feel. Oh, I went into a private match, a private lobby, right, to look at the new maps. And immediately, the first map, whatever the new arena map is, I was running around. I was just like, oh, I don't really know about this map. Like, I feel like it's designed oddly. And it's like, I don't work in the industry. I'm not a game designer or whatever. But, like, there's just something about it that was like, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable to play on, So I was like, all right, this is a little weird, but maybe, I don't know, like maybe something else is going on. So I played on it, and then I checked out the other map, and I was like, okay, this other map seems like it'll be pretty good for big team battle and stuff, right? So whatever, right? Then I left, and I was pretty annoyed generally yesterday. Like it was just a bad day yesterday in total. And so I decided to wait until today to offer my thoughts on Halo Infinite. And I also, I just waited for. Oh, I also hopped back in to the game to see like what was up. Um, and I decided to play some Big Team Battle because I haven't played that yet. And the first match was fun. Like, yeah, it was fun. It was just a regular shit. It was dope. It was on the new map. I was like, all right, cool. This is fine. I was like, oh, I think actually I think it was just one match I played. And those Big Team Battle, that shit takes like so fucking long, you know. But yeah, so I think it was the one match I played, and at first it was going really well. I was like, okay, this map is really good for Big Team Battle. This is great. I really like these spawn points. They're not too far away, but they're also not too close. You know, you get some distance. But then the spawns decided to line up in like a horizontal line in the small tunnel, and all of us were just on top of each other. There was no, in my opinion, clear indicator or indication of what would be a good approach, I guess you could say, because if you try to go from above, you would just be dropping down in the middle of people. So it's just like you dropping down and there's 6 people around you shooting you in the face. You know what I mean? You can try to go through the side, but if you're going through the side by yourself, you get ambushed. It was just kind of like, this is like I don't understand why they would do this. A, B, and C were like 2 steps away from each other, you know? And then what really like sealed the deal for me was a rocket launcher spawned right next to B. Bro, I picked up that rocket launcher. I was like shooting everyone who would just come through. And I was just like, it was so stupid because it was just like they were just lining up like sardines in a fucking can because they didn't have a choice because they had to be there to capture the point. And it was total control. So, you have to wait for that shit, the outline for the enemy team to go away and then start loading in your own team stuff. So it takes like a minute, right? So that was like really dumb. And I was just like complaining as I was playing. I was like, why would they do this? Like, I don't understand why they would design it like this. I don't get it, you know? So I was like, all right, whatever. So I ended the game and I was just like, yeah. All right. So ultimately my main issue with Halo Infinite, honestly, it has to do with, once again, the battle pass. My challenges weren't popping, which was annoying. You're still forced to play specific modes that you don't want to fucking play. I don't want to play Tactical Slayer, so I'm not going to, you know?
Facts.
And then at the end, also, getting 50 points per match for experience, and it takes 1,000 to level up your battle pass, feels really bad. You know, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel rewarding, especially considering, like I said, Big Team Battle feels like it takes for fucking ever to finish a match. And it's like, you finish the match, and, oh, there's your 50 points. And I'm just like, and it's like the one saving grace, well, 2 saving grace, actually, for this game is that, one, Halo Infinite has great gunplay and great gameplay, and I really do enjoy it. And 2, the battle pass never expires, so it's just kind of like, all right, I'll just keep it in the back end, and if they ever address some of these other issues, I will come back to it, I guess. Oh, I also didn't pay for it, so that's another benefit. And also another issue is that debug is still a fucking issue. I was meleeing people and they
Desync.
were, or sorry, desync. I was looking at my debug login at the bottom of my screen or whatever. Desync is still a fucking issue. I was like meleeing people and they were not dying. I was getting my shots in. I was just like,
Yep.
I know I'm not the best at headshotting, but this is like kind of weird. I feel like I got all of my shots or whatever, right? Then I was like, okay, I stopped playing. I was like, Taz, that's one of our buddies. I was like, can you go play? And let me know what you think. And like immediately he was playing, he showcased a match where he had the stalker rifle, and we all saw the video footage, right? 3 clear hits to the head, dude was still alive, and then he jumped down, tried to melee him. Melee didn't register, and the dude killed him. I was like, okay.
Not just still alive. The guy didn't actually take any damage whatsoever. He didn't even register that Taz was hitting him. Like you know when, like, if you hit someone you didn't kill them, they react.
Yeah.
The guy didn't even react. He just kept running. And it was
It's
just
kind of
like
Taz was just staring at him down with the gun. I would like to
Yeah.
see it on the other dude's screen, like what you saw there. So that was like, I was just like, all right, well, cool. And then honestly speaking, oddly enough, I feel like everyone in like my main group who I play this game with, we all came like to the same conclusion that we're just not going to play the game. And then to finish it
Wow.
off, I did re-download Halo 5, and I was in Halo 5 earlier, not knowing what the fuck was going on. I was in Warzone. And I was like, okay, this is fine. I was just running around. I have to say, I meleeed someone in Halo 5, and I actually killed them immediately. And I was so confused that I had actually killed them that I was actually looking around for the person who was still there because I was so used to my shit whiffing. And then I looked at the screen. It's like the Ash and Luca killed so and so. I was like, oh, okay. So we will be playing Halo 5. The group I play with, the boys and I, we'll be playing some Halo 5. And we'll play Halo Infinite, I guess. Maybe later. I don't know. So I'm done. Sorry for
fix things.
sorry for taking up for rambling and everything.
No. Yeah, we want to get your impressions.
Opinions.
Yeah. No. That great thoughts, Luca.
They were so beautiful. I love them. I love those impressions. Those impressions for everything I hope they would be.
Yeah. Let's see. Who else? Optimus, have you played Infinite? Season 2?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so we'll skip you then. All right. I think Eric. I don't think you played Halo Infinite either, right? Or multiplayer season 2, right?
Eric?
I'm not even part of this conversation.
Yeah, he's like, all right. So Forte, you played. What'd you say?
I got like 600 hours. I'm a pro.
Oh boy.
Well, do tell.
Luca wrapped it up, so I don't really have much else to say about it. Luca said everything.
He's got 600 hours there. He's like, I'm good. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I have not. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't have much to say about it.
Yeah.
I can go. I can speak on it. So I jumped in it yesterday. I did like my first 5 matches. I did basically just some quick play stuff for the first 4, and then I did Last Spartan Standing. I know a lot of people don't like Last Spartan Standing. I actually don't mind it. I actually thought it was pretty cool. In just my first match, I came in 3rd place, and I kind of felt it was really intense in maybe the last like 2 minutes because it was just 3 people left, and we were all like on our last life. So that was pretty cool, but that map reminds me, and I didn't look it up yet, but it reminds me of a Halo Guardians map that is where it's like derelict, like desiccated ships just like lying around in like this wasteland, and I'm just like, yo, this looks really familiar. And for me, I was just like shocked that like one of your 2 maps that you decided to have for season 2 is a map that looks like you really kind of like, I'm not going to say copied a map but it seems heavily influenced by an old map from an old game, right? So that was a little weird. The desync is still an issue, as Lucas said. I noticed it in almost every match that I was in. I feel like it's gotten worse. There are people out here who one thing when it comes to, let me go back to Last Spartan Standing. They said if you leave early, that you would still get your experience. That's not true. And so people aren't getting their experience and they're leaving early. So that's a problem. Like this stuff needs to get addressed. Like you can't say that and then that not be the case immediately as soon as the season is live. Like, come on. So I was really about to just be done with it then and there. Enrique hit me up. It was like, hey, me and Logic are playing. You trying to play? So I jumped in with them, and I did have fun playing with Enrique and Logic. And so for me, it's going to be more along the lines of if other people want to play it, I'll play it with you. But as far as like, I play a lot of multiplayer games, a lot of shooters. And for the ones that I really enjoy, I will play solo. I'll play it by myself if no one else is around. I'm not saying I don't enjoy the game because the gunplay is good. The problem is that all the other issues, the desync issue, there are 343's response to the desync issue does not give me any kind of confidence that this is something that's going to get fixed anytime soon. The constant little issues that are broken in season 2. So it's like people like Logic couldn't even play the game for a portion of the period of time last night because he was playing it for days up into the launch of season 2, and then he can't play it no more. It's just all these issues and little things just tell me 343 is really not up to the task of maintaining this game. I do enjoy playing it, and I do think the gunplay is better than Halo Guardians gunplay. But guess what Halo Guardians has? It's got solid netcode. Is what it's got. Because when I play Halo Guardians and I shoot somebody, the damage registers. You know, like it's a game that has a ton of content in it, a gazillion maps in it, different modes. You want to do Warzone, you want to do regular arena, you want to do ranked. What do you want to do? You have so many options. Of course, the game's been out for a while, so I'm not comparing it really now to Halo Infinite now. But if you look at Guardians for where it was at the same time period as Halo Infinite is, like if you look at like its first 6 months, it had more content in first 6 months than Halo Infinite has. Halo Infinite, this is the one Halo has like the least amount of content out of any Halo, really, comparatively for what you expect from a game in 2022 to what was expected from multiplayer games, arena shooters back then. It's just not even close. So it's just, I'll just finish up by saying that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just finish up real quick. I just finish by saying that this is, it's wild to me that we thought like we were going to be in for a treat. Three shooters coming out all around the same time with Call of Duty, Vanguard, Battlefield 2042, and Halo Infinite. And Halo Infinite turns out to be like the slightly best playing one, but like if you look at it really, it's just like, man, it's missing so much. It needs so much, and it's disappointing overall. All right, I'm done.
But I wanted to ask the question between like you and Luca, as somebody kind of like on the outside looking in, because I'm more about like the campaign parts of Halo. I have always been that way, right? And I'll dabble in the multiplayer. I'll jump in every now and again just to have a little fun, but I'm not at all hardcore about it.
Mm-hmm.
But in today's world, there's a lot more pulling for people's attention when it comes to games, especially multiplayer games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to jump into arenas that are dominated by other forces. So I keep seeing people kind of go into this thing like Halo's king and Halo's this and Halo. And I'm like, Halo is fighting an uphill battle against people who have stolen like their land. If you want to talk about kings,
Halo's not king anymore. So.
Right.
Definitely not. Yeah.
It's also an arena-based shooter, which isn't that popular anymore. But sorry, go ahead, man.
But at the same time, you know, if your content is there, your gameplay loop is there, you can have an audience, and gamers have amnesia, right? But the question I have for you guys is, the longer that they have these issues, do you feel in any way that they can get it back, or that they can get back in there?
Yes.
Or are they losing ground?
No.
They can.
At the end of the day, people keep saying Halo's dead. It's not dead because Microsoft's not going to allow this game to fail. Ultimately, you know.
Right.
It's not like they're going to stop funding 343 and cut off and be like, we're done with this. We're not doing Halo anymore. It's not like they're going to do that. Part of the reason why I think they made it a live service game is so they can nickel and dime people, but also so they can continue adding content to it over the next couple of years. I think in 2024, Halo Infinite should be a pretty good game and a fun game to play. Content's not there right now. Desync issues are still going on, and I do agree with you, Slow-Mo. They feel worse this season than they did the last time I played in February. And the progression system sucks ass. And yeah, I mean, like, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like they did a fucking free-to-play to get more people to come through. And also to nickel and dime people, because at the end of the day,
that battle
it doesn't
pass.
make
That's
any
how I
sense.
felt about the battle pass, Luca.
I mean, that's
when I was in
how the battle pass is designed. It's to nickel and dime people, and also because it doesn't have any content. That's why the seasons are so long, and seasons are typically like three months, 6 months. In my opinion, is far too
Right.
long. And you know, like I said, the best thing about the battle pass is that it's indefinite. Like, you don't have to worry about it expiring, which is like, that is a great great thing to do. And it's like, I think they're the only ones who do it like that. You can correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't play
I
other
think
battle
that is
passes.
true. I don't think there are any other
Yeah.
multiplayer games that are doing that too.
So
But
I think that's great, but at the same time, I feel like a part of the reason why they did that is because they're like, we can not be generous, and it's fine because they can do it whenever. And it's just like, I hear y'all, and I get like the mentality, but I'm not playing your game if you're not being generous with these damn points, you know? And that's like I said, I could let everything else go, but the experience, like, it doesn't. Why do I get points throughout the game? Is it only just so I can score higher on the leaderboard? Like, the points mean absolutely fucking nothing, and they don't contribute to the pass at all. I don't understand how you don't get more points for doing better in the game. This shit doesn't make any fucking sense to me, you know? And it's like, stuff like this will never actually make any sense to me, which is why, once again, I feel like it's I I would say a victorious attempt at nickel and diming people. I'm sure there's a lot of people who spent a lot of money. I spent money on the short story. You know, I like to look cute, but you know, that was last season, and this is this season, and I'm not giving them any more of my fucking money. And once again, for anyone who's just stopped in, I did not pay for the battle pass. I had fucking Microsoft money left over or whatever for my birthday. I don't know what that shit is called. I can't remember right now, but like, I had that, and then yeah, like, I didn't pay for anything. And it's like, when I was talking to Nautico's like, "Oh, Luca, are you gonna get the regular one or the premium pass, the one that gives you the extra levels?" I'm like, "No, I'll just get the regular one. There's no reason to get the premium one because they fixed the issues, right?" Right? No?
wrong.
Okay.
Wrong.
Alright, but
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's just like, honestly, and then I got really triggered while Nautical was talking to me yesterday because he was like, "Luca, I told you." I was like, "Shut the fuck up." All right? Shut the fuck up. All right? Because at the end of the
He
day,
did the same thing
I
for me,
was
Luca.
I was like really excited to play this game. I was really excited. I was
Yeah.
on Twitter
Yep.
like, "Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, guys. Halo, like, you know, such a good foundation. I've been watching some of the live streams with the dev. It seems like they really took our advice into account. You know, they fixed things with the armor course. This is great. Blah blah blah. Like, you know, just speaking bullshit. We just watched the me and Slomo watched the Sentinels versus the Cloud9, and that was like absolutely amazing. I don't
Yeah,
know
that was
about him,
awesome.
but it hyped me up to play. You know, I was like, "Oh, I can't fucking wait to get into the game and play."
Although I was hyped up too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, you know, I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then we played, and I was just like, "All right." But like I said, the most interesting aspect of this is like, I'm just like, I didn't expect to be someone who would say, "Oh, I'm not playing this." I really didn't expect that. I really thought, like, my mentality was that I was going to actually just play through the entire season, um, you know, regardless of the issues, you know? Like, I did last season. I completed like every single event except for whatever event was tied with Tactical Slayer, right? I did all of those events, got the full 100. I really thought that was going to be me again, but I don't know if it's because like I've been on break or what, but it's like, I was just like, I'm not doing this. And like I said, the most surprising aspect of all of that is that everyone in my group who I play with said the same thing before I
Yeah.
said I'm not playing this. So
Yeah, that's, you know, look, that's a great point, because everyone that I've talked to, you know, that I play this game, like, kind of outside, you know, your group, your circle, minus Slow-Mo, has pretty much said the same thing. And the other thing too is they've actually, I don't think it's uncommon for them to piss off the Halo community, because they tend to be pissed off with anything that 343i does with Halo, but no, they did actually remove one of the mechanics. I think we talked about this last night, Slomo, like with the people that are like advanced players.
Oh yeah, the skill jumps.
The
skill
skill,
jumps. So like you can
jump sliding,
yeah, shortcuts in the map, and they removed that.
They
like
removed
why?
That. Yeah,
they made so many weird changes without telling people. They also
didn't tell anyone about that.
They also, when it came to the battle rifle in ranked, now killing someone is 2 shots with the battle rifle in a melee, whereas it used to be 3 shots with a battle rifle in a melee. So why did you make that change to ranked? You didn't say anything about that either. It's just like,
well, there's
why
a lot
are
of
you
stuff.
making? Go ahead.
You know, there's a lot of stuff they did in this season 2 update that they didn't even mention. Like, and that's what people are saying. Like the jump sliding or advanced sliding you're talking about. Like, people learn how to use that that mechanic. It's ingrained in the way a lot of people play. They just took it away from people, and people are pissed. Like I'm seeing it on like Twitter, I'm seeing it in the forums, Reddit. People are not happy about 343i doing that, and they're like, you know what? Some people are saying like, I'm done. I'm leaving the game until they fix this. Like, because this is.
And another thing, Enrique, if they did this to lessen the gap between skilled players and casuals, at the end of the day, you know what casuals like? Progression.
Yeah.
And cosmetics.
Yeah.
And feeling like they're actually achieving shit.
Facts.
And this battle pass, the way it's designed, is going to keep people from playing it.
Yeah. And Luca, I'm not even impressed with the cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, I see people with ashy, you know, Spartans still. I'm like, why?
Ashy Spartans.
Oh, man.
That's true. I said this to Luca, and you know, I was talking about like my excitement for an actual dead game that's still dropping content, Rogue Company. So Rogue Company has been dead for like over a year now. It basically died when they weren't able to stop the hackers fast enough before people just skedaddled out of the Rogue Company community. Now you got your hardcore players that are still there, so like I can always get into a match, no problem. But they don't miss seasons. Seasons aren't 6 months long; they're 3 months long. Even when they had to extend the season, just because they had like it was extended for 2 weeks. And they gave the community like all kinds of like extra free goodies for the fact that they had to extend it. They introduce new modes every weekend, limited modes, and if those modes are great, they become permanent modes. Like this, I'm telling Luca all this, and this is from a team that's only like 50 developers working for High Res Studios, and they're able to do this for a free to play game. And it's like, why is it that with 343 with 10 times the staff can't get the same kind of cadence of content out? Not even close. And it's just it's baffling to me because like clearly this is a management issue, right? It has to be a management issue why this is happening, but I just don't understand why nothing has like. No one has fixed this yet. Like clearly, this is a management issue.
I mean, if it was solely a management issue, is management telling them to do things like let's take away the high skill slide? Like I don't know if it's just like a management thing. I think it's also whoever is leading the team on the ground level too.
I think that's a symptom of the root cause. The root cause is there's a management issue. The symptom is that veteran developers have left, and therefore because now you're left with like intern level people out here making with senior positions trying to get work done, you get dumb decisions like that. So like that's like a part of now that's a part of the problems of the game, but it's all like comes down to the fact that people were fed up with bad decision making and they left. Like we've seen people who have like out here been friends of the community who used to work there and then they moved on. And it's just like, well, damn, where'd that guy go? Where'd this guy go? Every other month we hear there's another guy on the multiplayer team who was senior at XYZ who has quit and moved on to somewhere else. Well, who's running this stuff now? They got job postings all over the place, but like the people who are next man up aren't up to the job either. That's why they keep making these dumbass decisions. It's just it's frustrating because I mean we all like the game. We want to play the game, but it's like ain't nobody trying to deal with like how frustrating it is to shoot someone 3 times in the head. And then and no damage registers.
Oh, that is frustrating.
And they kill you.
Yeah.
And then they kill you. And then when this is brought up to the devs, their response is, yeah, well, you know, but we'll look into it.
If they even decide to respond to you.
Yeah, it's just like no matter how much you like a game, people will not stick around for that bullshit.
Yeah, and it's also like I feel. They have this, this new arena map, and I was watching Deli play Oddball, and it didn't register with me right away that he was playing Oddball on this map. But once it did, I was like, what? Oddball does not work on this map. And I feel like it's just a feeling. I feel like they're throwing the map into rotation, but not considering how it will work with certain game modes. You know,
Yeah.
just like
It's-
it's just I don't know.
It's like they're just throwing shit on the wall, hoping something sticks. Is what it feels like to me, at least. Like they're just adding
Yeah.
all these things that don't make sense. And like we were playing. So we were playing last night. So remember, we were playing Team Slayer, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, why are we launching with battle rifles? And then Slomo, you're like, let me take over. Let me be like, party lead, because you thought like maybe I selected something that was wrong. And then
I was just like what's happening?
yeah, and then but I mean, I wasn't aware that change was coming, and there's certain
Me either.
quality of life things this game needs. Like I would like for them to, like, if I don't want to play Team Slayer with battle rifles, like give me the option to select or to deselect that out of the rotation. Like I don't want that. That's not fun for me. Like I don't find any enjoyment in running around with battle rifles and engaging people that way for like 3 or 4 straight, and by the way, the Team Slayer description says like, oh, battle rifle, assault rifle, right? Remember, as like different play modes, slow-mo, and then it never did that. It was like what 5 or 6 games straight with battle rifles.
Yeah,
like,
it never went back
it's
to
like,
regular Team Slayer. It just stayed
The
at
rotation is off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
the
just stayed at
rotation's
battle rifles
terrible.
the entire time.
Yeah.
And also, like, when I was playing Halo 5, I was in Warzone. Realizing it was just like, okay, so your shit's been upgraded and unlocked. Do you want to switch out to this weapon? Oh, you want to switch out to a upgraded version of this weapon? Okay, cool. Now you want to switch out to this submachine gun instead of the pistol? I was just like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, what is this? Like, what is this options? Like, what I like this. It's pretty cool, So it's just like, man, I just don't know. I mean, I do agree. Personally, I do think Halo Infinite's combat is better than 5's, but like just off the sheer virtue of me being able to have my shots register, like I don't know, man. It's looking like Halo 5 is the move, which is still fine because like at the end of the day, it's still playing Halo.
oh my God, Luca,
and it's
that's
like
that's wild to hear that. By the way, like I think when Forte told me, or no, when you tweeted like you were like, I'm downloading Halo 5. I'm like, what? It's that bad? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And remember how much slack Halo 5 got when it launched?
I mean, I have always said this. I think Halo 5 is an excellent multiplayer. At least what I was playing with the boys, because we would do a bunch of private matches, and that shit was a lot of. I mean, there was a period of time where we were doing private matches every single fucking night for a couple of weeks, and so that was like really dope. You know what I mean? What in the world? Okay, that was like really dope, and my screen just went black for some reason. And so like who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Taz, and he's like, "Well, Halo 5 is still a 343 game." I was like, "Yeah, but Halo 5 also had a bunch of contractors on it who are no longer there, seemingly." And it's also like it's like someone was saying, like we would continue getting news that senior leadership is just leaving certain key roles, and it's just like, all right, so what's going on? And it's like it doesn't really make any I understand this is a free to play game, but I don't really get how Halo 5 multiplayer is just, it feels so different compared to Infinite when it's allegedly like the same team. It's like these are not the same exact people, there's got to be some new folks mixed in there, because there's some like different there's some different shit in there, man.
Well, there's a level designer.
Classic Halo.
Yeah, they did go back to classic Halo. They nailed that, by the way. Like I always say this, like as much criticism as I give Halo Infinite, the gunplay, the mechanics, that's stuff
excellent.
It's excellent. Like it really is. Like it's excellent. But unfortunately, that stuff gets taken away by the lack of content, the odd choices in taking things out, like that advanced slide function or whatever it's called, and then the map rotations and some quality of life things,
map
and then
rotations are sketchy, man.
Yeah, they're pretty bad. And then the things like being able to like
their worst
rank
map
up.
continues to keep.
Oh, launch site, baby. Okay.
Oh,
Launch
launch
site.
site. Why?
You
Why
can't avoid it.
Why
you
is that?
cannot avoid
Why is
launch
that?
site.
Why is launch site a 4-on-4 Team Slayer map? Like
It
why?
doesn't make any. That map does not work for
No.
a 4v4 mode. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I
terrible.
don't get it. Yeah.
I don't.
It's. I don't know, man. This shit's just fucking weird. I will say, let's play some King of the Hill. That was a lot of fun.
King of the Hill's
I-
always
I-
fun though.
I was really enjoying that.
Yeah,
so,
King of the Hill's fun. Yeah.
Shout out to 343. I feel like I've generally I feel like I've had a lot of grace for them. Ultimately, I know it doesn't seem like it, but like I'm finally getting to the point where I just want to like, I
Oh
won't say
my
exactly what,
God.
but like at the end of the day, they're getting to the level of me being like I was constantly irritated with Bungie because of shit. And then eventually, like
What?
now I'm dead inside when it comes to Destiny 2 and what Bungie chooses to do with the game. But like I'm just so used to their shenanigans. 'Cause ultimately, Destiny 2 is an amazing game, right? But it took a lot of bullshit and backlash, and years. It's, what, 7 years? I don't know. When did
A long
Destiny 2 come
time. A long time.
out?
7 years.
5 years? 5
8 years.
years ago? 5 years ago? Something like that, right? So and
Mm-hmm.
now the game is good. Like I genuinely, it's good.
It's a good game,
I went back just to finish the fucking season pass because it's like that's definitely fucking FOMO right there. But other than that, like whatever. I don't know, man. 343. I just hope they find their footing in 2024, and good luck to them.
Apparently you can't complain. Apparently you can't complain about a free-to-play game, is what I'm understanding.
Says
So,
who?
so apparently, if you drop $70 to play, Erodimus says if you drop $70 to play it, then I would see all the complaining. What?
Erodimus, do you even play Halo?
Oh, that's a great. Yeah, Erodimus.
Interesting.
Erodimus, do you play Halo? That's an interesting question.
What's your gamer tag, Erodimus?
Let's look at that cake. Let's.
Let's
Yeah,
go with it.
Erodimus.
I don't
Let's look.
care about.
Let's
I
find
don't
out.
care about his KD. I'm just wondering, like, do you actually play the game? Is my question.
Yeah, Erodimus.
Because
He
if
says
he's
yes.
the Erodimus I just looked up, he hasn't played since January. See, even you, if this is you, don't play. Haven't played the season.
He said
yet.
he says same name, so he hasn't played season 2 yet.
So yeah, you haven't played since January 17th.
Well, Erodimus, I will say your comment's very trivial because, irregardless of whether or not you paid for a game, you're still investing time, your own personal time, and if you like a game, like we all said, like Halo Infinite's gameplay mechanics are awesome, right? They work, but there's certain issues of that game that are keeping people from going back to it. It's okay to discuss those things, regardless of whether or not the game is free. Like, I don't understand that.
I don't know. Let me look up exactly what he said so I can know his tone before I address it. So let me.
He says he hopped on yesterday. Did you play a match? Like, if you install a game and you go into the main menu and listen to the awesome music, the music is good. That doesn't mean you
What
play.
about wolves? The wolves are pretty cool.
Like did you look at the cutscene?
I mean, like,
because you have not played a match since January 17th, sir.
I mean, Erodimus, you have former level designers, developers from 343i that are saying that they are shocked that someone actually, this is a former developer 343i, says someone literally had to go out of their way, spend valuable time to remove features that are important to major subcommunities of their game, not only invalidating the time commitment of those who already invested learning and teaching, but deterring them from continuing. This is from a former level design software developer at 343i about Halo Infinite Season 2. I mean, these are fair criticisms. I don't think anyone is being unreasonable.
They are fair because the developers have acknowledged that there's issues.
Yeah,
and also, I'm pretty sure I just said that I will not be playing the game anymore, and this whole so don't play it. It's just like we've all said we're not going to play it. So I think that's a silly comment. Ultimately, I'm sorry, when was the last played?
His Slow-Mo saying January, but
okay, so just so I'm clear.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're going to have to exactly show me what your gamer tag is, because the one I'm looking at says that the profile has 11 hours in the game. So is this your profile, or is
yes, that's the same one I'm looking at. 11 hours, 77 matches, has a place in January.
With a 0 and I'm sorry, not a 0, with an O or something instead of a 0?
He said he played some Last Spartan to check it out. So he doesn't even know. I'm guessing he doesn't even played enough to even experience some of the shortcomings or some of the issues that we're discussing here. And while Last Spartan Standing I thought was actually a pretty cool addition to the game, that I don't think that game is that mode's without issues either.
Yeah, and let me also like address the whole if you don't like it, don't play it talk. Like, not only are we not playing it anymore, so I guess that allows us the right to talk about it. But let's talk about how the fact that has not ever helped a multiplayer game get better. Because what we're doing is giving constructive criticism for a game. What you're doing is damage controlling because you don't want to hear it. Now, with the actual, what happens, and I've talked about this before, when people stop playing a game, the dev doesn't like epiphany hit them, light bulb. Oh, all the issues that they complained about that we ignored, they don't play anymore. We should just add that stuff in and it get better. That's not how it works. I've seen that with the Division 2. When people quit the game, the publisher quit the game. So the game just dies.
Yeah.
So if you actually care about the game, you complain about these things and you address them to the developer and hope with the hopes that they actually fix those things so that you can enjoy the game. Otherwise, it will just die. And they'll move on to another failure. So this whole don't complain, don't play. What you're really just saying is I don't want to hear it because it hurts my sensibilities or it somehow turns my green X flag, turn gray or something. I don't know. I don't know what your issue is, right? But like people complaining about things, not like we're not hating on it. We're not saying Halo Infinite is trash. What we're saying is this game's got issues that need to get fixed, and these are issues that are ongoing that need to be fixed before the season, and they still haven't fixed them.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have appreciate his point of view a little bit more had he played more of the game, more of season 2. But desync. I mean, come on, that's terrible. Just bad. And look, this game, let's face it,
desync is deaf to a live service game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It happened a lot last night, Slomo. But the other thing is, we can't. There's no denying that this game has had a rocky year one. It just has. You look at the player count too, 250,000. To like 7,000 concurrent on Steam. I don't know what it is now. And look, I agree with Luca. I don't think this game's dead. I think they can, if they release good maps, some compelling game modes, they fix some of the issues, they fix the economy in the game, in-game economy, then yeah, I think this game could come back. But if they don't do it soon, it's going to probably be one of those games that people play. It's probably going to appeal to a smaller niche community, which is fine. But yeah, it'll
be Rogue Company.
Yeah, exactly. It's be Rogue Company, which is, I mean, it is what it, for me, I speak out about Halo in a way that I do because my Halo days go back 20 years. Like I did a virtual.
Rick, I was going to ask just now, not to cut you off, but is that fine for what's considered like any given day to be a tentpole game for Microsoft in Halo?
No, I don't think that's fine at all. That's where I was going, Eric. Like,
okay. Sorry, I didn't. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's a great point, Eric, and that's my point too to Rob's. Like, this is a tentpole franchise, and I don't care if it was free to play and they were giving us BMWs, but for downloading the game. But if you look at Halo being a tentpole franchise, like Eric said, my expectation for this franchise is very high because of the previous games set the bar so high for that franchise. So I want a game that plays well, and this game does play well. Like we said that, like the mechanics, the gunplay, great. But there's things that are really lacking here, and I feel like Luca was kind of alluding to maybe Halo 5, the in-game progression system maybe being better there, and that kind of being puzzling. I don't want to.
Oh, I didn't say anything about the in-game progression system. I was talking about
I don't want to misquote this.
No. I was talking about in Warzone, as you go through the game, you can upgrade your guns as you're playing through it.
As you're playing, yes.
So,
okay, perfect. Okay.
Which I was like, oh, this is cool and interesting.
So,
Yeah, so I mean, listen, honestly, like it's a pretty general statement that he made. Um, he just said if you drop 70 to play it, then I would see all the complaining. But like, in my opinion, respectfully, this point where if you don't have even close to the amount of hours I have in this game, I'm not really interested in your perspective. If you're like not agreeing with me, um, because you don't play this game like I do, so I don't like respectfully, I don't really care what you have to say. You don't play this game, so the same way that I do. So you don't put the same time in. Um, you know, you're
Yep.
just not
Okay.
there. So I mean,
Uh,
I'm not the best player or anything like that. I'm a pretty casual player, but I still
You put in
have
time.
played the game. So
and also you have spent money in the game. Like I've spent money in the game.
yeah,
I
I
probably
did.
have
I have too,
spent
yeah.
probably
I did give them a lot of my money. It's fine, but
yeah, I probably have spent more than $70 on the game. So does that give me the
Yeah,
right
so
to
that's-
talk
damn,
about it
you
now?
spent more than $70.
So that's where the
On
whole it's free to
microtransactions
play.
and
So why
crap,
you
yeah.
complaining
Oh,
argument
okay.
goes out the window because they do have a monetary system in there that people are putting their money into. And again,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter because if you're putting your time, if you're taking, they put a free to play game out there, a piece of art to be critiqued. And if you're giving of your time to actually take time to play their game, you can give all the feedback you want. You can be critical.
3 days and are you on like where are you looking? Because like do I need to go to your actual Xbox profile?
Yo, look, Halo Tracker does
I
not
mean, does
have
it
you
really
having all
matter?
that time in this game. And this is like literally like the same way you spell your name is showing here. So I don't know what you're talking about, Rodimus.
Yeah, because I mean, if he's sitting here talking about how you guys shouldn't complain, that's I'm gonna chime in now because I think that's one thing that gamers get screwed up is that if you complain about something or you say something about it, doesn't mean you hate the fucking game. It just means that you want the game to get better, want the game to be the best that it can possibly be. And to sit here and say, well, if it was $70, I could see you complaining about it. Well, yeah, of course, people would complain about $70, it being $70, but it's a free to play game. Yeah, but people still want to play it. Like I even want to play it, but I can't play it right now because I'm like, it doesn't have enough content. So when they start getting more content, maybe I'll go back to it. But right now, it's not filling that itch.
Did you
So
did you beat the single player Rodimus?
Oh.
No,
I get
I
this.
mean, I'm asking.
No, I get the sense he hasn't played much of this game, Luca.
No, I'm actually
Yeah.
looking at his like I had to go look at his actual Xbox account, and it does say he's got 3 days in it, but I'm just like,
Yeah, oh, you say those 3 days might be with the actual campaign
yeah,
instead of the multiplayer.
Because Halo Tracker's been pretty really accurate actually.
His-
Yeah,
when it
his-
comes
I've
to
yeah,
never
his-
tracking
seen
my
it in
stuff,
that.
so.
I've never seen it inaccurate.
His KD's 0.6.
We're not gonna talk about the KD, Enrique. It's not. It's not.
Shane,
It's not.
no.
We're not going KD shame. We just like.
Oh
look,
no,
it's
no,
like,
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm just.
KD, but if you play the game. You play the game.
I'm just saying 0.6. That's all I'm saying, Slobo.
Oh my god.
All right, so this is actually
Wow.
so you beat the campaign on heroic? Yeah,
Says-
I think. Let me just look through your achievements some more. Maybe I'm missing something. Because I'm thinking that some of that time has to go towards the campaign, but the Halo Tracker divides it to just the multiplayer stuff. Let me just
Halo
take a look.
Tracker is only multiplayer. It's no single
Yeah.
player.
He's only got in multiplayer. He's only got like 78 kills, 129 deaths.
Yeah, okay, so I'm looking at the achievements, which, I mean, congrats on you for beating it, especially on Heroic, because a lot of people have not even played the game. I'm thinking that the time is going towards what you did with the campaign, because on your multiplayer, it says you have 11 hours? Do you know how long it took you to beat the campaign? Did you beat it multiple times, or was it just that once?
I think he said 72 hours he's got in the game. But I could tell just looking at Halo, the Halo tracker, he hasn't played multiplayer a lot.
But but he did say like he played Last Spartan Standing, but there's no record of that on his account at all. So I don't know,
Maybe
man.
it's just not registering his stuff.
Maybe,
No,
yeah. I don't
Probably
know.
isn't. I think Halo Tracker says I have roughly 74 hours, but I actually have close to a week in the game because I played a lot of campaign though.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, the Xbox Live is going to measure the campaign as well.
Yeah, it's gonna
As the
measure
multiplayer.
everything.
Oh, yeah, he's got 11 hours of playtime in multiplayer.
I checked mine. It's got my matches that I did last night.
Yeah, it has my matches from earlier too. Let me look at my how many hours I have.
Just wait, says it's okay for the tracker to be broken. It's free. Actually, here's the sad thing.
People wonder why we
343 doesn't even do the tracker. So this tracker is being supported
He's got 11 hours of multiplayer.
Oh man,
this is one of the reasons why people don't understand why we gatekeep, is because crap like this. Because people will tout that they did something and they didn't do it. So
Now, hold on. How many
talk
hours do
about
you have
something.
in the game, Dark?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, like nothing.
Okay, so I mean, you're talking mad spicy for someone who hasn't played. I'm sure Rodimus has played more than you. So
I'm just saying that from what I'm saying from my perspective is
Okay.
that
perspective as someone who doesn't play the game, yes.
is that I liked the campaign, but I didn't really like the multiplayer. So that was my whole thing.
All right, so real quick, how many hours did I put in the campaign? It really wasn't a lot. I was like, let me turn this joint off. So on Xbox, it says I have 4 days, and some of that is the campaign. And then on my Halo tracker, it says I have 75 hours. So I think that's pretty accurate because I definitely did not fucking play that campaign. Let me tell you that. So yeah, it's actually pretty close because 3 days is 72 hours, right? And then it says I have 4 days and 23 hours in it. So that's amounts to the amount of time I was in the actual campaign. So that makes sense. Yeah, I think the time is counting for your single player.
Just multiplayer. Yeah.
Well, like I said, he's got 11 hours in multiplayer, according to the Halo tracker.
Yeah. 20
Interesting.
hours to beat the campaign. Yeah, I don't know then, man. I don't know. It's just not showing your actual stats then. It's weird. Especially if you're saying you just turned the game on. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. And it is still just like a Rodimus, right? Same name and everything. Yeah, no idea what's going on with that. Maybe it's just not tracking your shit. It does say profile ownership's been verified, so your stuff is verified. It's pretty weird.
Oh, well. Well, I think we're all in agreement here that Halo Infinite needs work.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and hopefully it gets better. I mean, I don't want to see this game not do well because, you know, Halo is an iconic franchise to me. I've been playing it for 20 something years, you know. Yeah, I want to see it do well. So
I feel the same way.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, panel?
Your rank is 43.
What?
Before or after, like, because, okay, real quick.
No, what's your like? Are you platinum? Are you like Onyx, gold? Like, what's your rank? Because
this has become
Shame.
Also, are you 43 before or after they reset ranked a few weeks ago? What was it, like a month and a half ago or something?
It will still show your highest rank.
yeah, it will still show it.
So
Okay.
it says peak rating unranked season 1.
Hey,
Yeah, man, you're gonna have to like
really
take a
rank
screenshot and I mean, you don't have to do this, but like it is not showing on the tracker So
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on
he's
with
not
that,
even
buddy.
he's not and the tracker. He's not ranked on season 1 anything. I looked at mine. I'm ranked gold on season 1. So the
Ranked
trackers. So the tracker's working.
Yeah, I'm platinum 2 on the tracker, and I was platinum 2 last season. So
I
go
was
ahead and
down in one.
if you feel compelled, like you can tag us on Twitter to see what's going on, because maybe it's just not tracking your stuff. So, which would be weird. Maybe it
Or maybe we got the wrong.
no, it's his stuff. It's got his
No,
same.
it's got the
it's the
same
same.
thing. Yeah, Forte.
It's got his
Or
same
Slow-mo.
profile picture. So, maybe it's
Yeah.
just not tracking it. I don't know. It could be like this is the first case where I see it's not tracking people properly. So completely plausible.
Yeah. All right. All right, everyone. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show.
All right, thanks, bro.
Yeah, no, want to give a big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it. And to, I think it's Viceroy who got the Xbox digital gift card. So congratulations on that, sir. Please hit the like button. And if you're new, subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you're alerted when we go live. And want to give a big shout out to the panel as well. And big shout out to Luca for joining us to discuss Halo Infinite. Luca, thank you so much for hopping on. Really appreciate your time as always. Please let everyone know where they can find you if you want to be found.
You can find me on Twitter at the Ash and Luca, and then on YouTube at the Ash and Luca. Thank you for having me. Sorry about, Discord hates me, so.
Rodimus stuff is there. Y'all
No-
just
no
ain't looking
worries.
in the right spot.
Okay.
Stats are there. He played yesterday. He played on the third yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
He played.
cool.
He played a game of attrition and 2 games of attrition. You got to click. You probably had to set the rank, and if it's on rank, it only show.
I don't I don't
Go to
have it.
o-
I'm
go
on
to
overall. I'm on
Yeah,
overall.
His overall is showing as 1.8 KD, and a total. His record was 13-12 over the last 25 games.
What are you? What is
Yeah,
happening?
where are you looking at? What's like
Because
the
I'm
tag you're using?
refreshing this. I don't see that at all.
What
I
a
do
ro-
see
what
now
is it?
that it does show that he played yesterday, which it wasn't showing that before. But like hitting refresh, it actually showed it. But I don't see the the difference
Forte,
in
yeah,
ranked or the difference in KD.
Forte, I'm seeing lifetime KD at 0.78.
Okay,
Are
what
you
is
looking at the same one?
what name or what's his icon that you guys are looking at?
It's
It's
the one
Battle-
that's on his Xbox. Just post it on Twitter, Rodimus.
Yeah.
You can end the
All
show.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like respectfully.
All right. Big shout out to Dark Optimus. Optimus, man, thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate it, man. It's been a long time, man.
Yeah.
Let where they can find you if you want to be found too.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, PlayStation at Dark Anonymous.
Awesome, man. All right. And we got my man Eric Jackson E, man. It was great having you back on, man. Miss you, man. It's
No
been
doubt,
too
no
long,
doubt.
man.
Yeah, man, most def, man. I'm sitting here now trying to get my KD up on Halo. Y'all not gonna catch me lacking.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
'Cause I see what you guys do, man. You spend a half an hour on a Rodimus.
Listen, like I said, they were bringing, or Enrique brought up KD. I don't bring up KD, so.
I wasn't bringing up
I like
KD.
almost say
I
KD
was-
shaming.
No,
I
I
wasn't.
just,
I wasn't trying KD
I
shaming.
wasn't
man.
KD
Look,
shaming. I just.
But if we going,
the
if you're
stat
going
that-
to
the
say,
first stat I
I
saw.
would say this: if you're gonna say you can't talk about a game because you didn't put money into it, then I'm gonna say you can't talk about a game that you don't have any interest in. So that's all we were like, hey, did you actually play this game?
He didn't actually say that. He said, I could see if you guys spent $70, why you would do all the complaining. So, I mean,
Yeah, but you know,
there's an
yeah.
implication there, but he didn't flat out say that. It
No,
could
but
be
there's-
taken different ways.
Right, but you know where that argument goes, sis. You know where they're dancing around that type of argument. And putting in a monetary amount doesn't always equate to having a good time. That's true, but that doesn't mean that a free to play game can't be on fire, because we've seen free to play games that do it right.
I have a general fear of playing Fortnite, because what if I get addicted,
And they make free to
I've
play
seen it
games
happen.
to make more money than monetary games.
Right.
The game was
Right.
fun. I played
Yeah.
it the other day with Obi. That game's really fun with no build mode.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, they also had the Star Wars stuff like today or something like that, where I saw something with Darth Vader and yeah. So, but
I think I know we gotta go, but where you KD shame somebody is when they brag about being a beast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they
then you
not.
roll out
Oh,
the KD on them.
get them. Yeah.
Yeah, you smoke them. But anyway, it was good show. Appreciate Luca coming through, Optimus.
Yeah, no doubt, E. But it was great having you back on, man. Then we got my man, Gaming Forte, or Fairway Forte, as we refer to him as now. Forte, man. Thank you for the singing in the beginning, man. It inspired me. The R&B singing, I loved it.
I want to know what
Stop.
love
What?
is.
What's your... Go ahead, Forte. Forte, what's up with DPS tomorrow, man? Who channels it on tomorrow?
Oh, it's on Slow-Mo's channel tomorrow, man. So I'm gonna let him do the outro for that. Yeah, great show. Great conversation. Halo's gonna be in 2024 by the time people want to actually really play it. But
Oh no,
yeah.
we're waiting again.
No, we've been waiting,
Oh,
bro.
wow.
As soon as Microsoft,
Hold up.
as soon as
Wait.
Microsoft decided that selling mugs with the 20th anniversary date on it was more
come on,
important than
dude.
waiting for the game
Mugs? They sold
done.
mugs?
They did. You didn't buy it. You didn't get one of those 20th anniversary.
No, I missed that.
mugs?
I got the 20th anniversary something. I don't know. Go ahead.
Everybody
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
brag
bought
on
the mug. I
Microsoft
bought-
juggernaut pockets till it comes to
Yep, I
delivery.
bought-
Then it's like, stop bullying them. Don't bully them.
I got that mug. Got that mug.
No one's bullying them. That's silly.
Nah, man.
Yeah, that's always Luke. That
I
makes me laugh like all the time. People like, "Dude,
Yeah, man. I think
stop bullying. Stop bullying. Microsoft.
I just think a lot of people just are just
you can't bully a $1 trillion
frustrated.
company,
No, you really can't. They're not really even paying you no attention, honestly.
right?
They really aren't.
But I think people are just frustrated. So it's gonna be time. Game's gonna be. I agree with everybody. Game's gonna be great at some point. Who knows what that point's gonna be, but it will be. And I'll just be here waiting to see it actually happen. So have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the games that you're playing. And we will see you guys next Wednesday. Oh, and shout out to the 10%ers. And shout out to the people that's going to be on Scumcast on Saturday with us.
No doubt. And then last but not least, we got the King of Halo
Stop it, Enrique.
with Slow-Mo,
Oh my god.
who was getting like, all I heard, I was like running next to him. All I heard was double kill, triple kill, running riot. That's all I heard.
Oh my god. What's up,
Damn,
y'all?
was it like that for real?
Yeah, it was, man. He was on fire.
Great show, guys.
King of Halo, man.
We will be having DPS on my channel tomorrow at the usual time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have a great time. Our homie Eric Jackson, who is here with us right now, will be with us tomorrow. So come check us out. It's going to be awesome. So come on through, and hope you guys have a great evening.
No doubt, no doubt. Everyone, again, thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. And big thank you again to our guests. Enjoy the rest of the week. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo, so go out and have some margaritas, maybe some chips and salsa, maybe a couple Coronas.
Mayo. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to partake
I
in the
want a
festivities.
mojito.
No, that's Puerto Rican, man.
I said I want a mojito.
Nah, brother.
I just said I want a mojito. I wasn't trying to say it was.
Yeah,
Puerto
you were.
Rican.
Yeah.
You
No,
said it with
Okay.
a little
Enrique, can
flair.
we-
You said it with a little flavor. I don't know.
Because
Yeah,
I
you did,
always
but
say
that's
the
Puerto
word
Rican.
mojito. Because when I see mojito, I always say, "Oh, I want a mojito."
All right. Anyway.
Enrique, based
Okay.
on that, are
Yeah.
people allowed to watch Encanto on Cinco de Mayo? Because that's like Colombian, right?
Yeah, that is, yeah.
You could have a mojito on Cinco de Mayo.
I
Come
mean,
on, man.
you could if you wanted to, but that's not really
It's all the
keeping.
same.
It's not really
It's
keeping
all
with
the same.
tradition.
Whoa, all the same.
No, that's not.
Whoa.
That's not
No,
all.
that's
They're
what-
Relax,
very,
buddy.
no, they're very
Relax.
different.
I'm messing with Enrique, Luke. I'm messing with Enrique.
No, let me tell you something. Like, not all Spanish people, we're not all the same. There's a misconception. But look, yeah, tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo. Enjoy Cinco de Mayo. Go and have some margaritas, some chips, some quesadillas, whatever, Coronas.
Watch
Yeah.
Desperado. There you go.
Quesadilla.
Watch Desperado.
Watch that.
Yeah,
What?
that's a good
Oh my
movie.
goodness. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Go get you some Cadoba.
No, not Cadoba. That's not real Mexican food. But
Are Takis Mexican?
Wait, Chipotle?
taquitos.
Chipotle? Get some
Chipotle's
Chipotle?
not.
No, like the little
Maybe
roll
some
tortilla
Chipotle?
hot chips.
Yeah, I
I
think that's
heard
Mexican, yeah.
Taco Bell.
All right, we're not going.
That's
Okay,
not-
we're not talking about
that's
Taco
not
Bell. That's yeah. All right, everyone, have a
Del
great rest of
Eat
the
at
week.
local restaurants, man. Okay,
Yes,
go
eat
ahead.
some- yes, thank
if
you,
you want
Luca.
some real,
Yes.
yes, go to a local restaurant. They'll
It's
hook
mom and
you up.
pops.
Yeah.
The greasier the bag, the better.
Although I got a bottle of Terramana upstairs, so I might make some margaritas at home tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
All right, we're out. Everyone, have a great rest of the week. Enjoy some time playing video games. Check out DPS on tomorrow night, and Scumcast on Saturday. We're out. Peace.
I'm going to Soshimoko's.
What?
Hey, man.
Soshimoko.
Enrique.
It's a Mexican restaurant here.
Quick, did you end the show?